Good afternoon, folks. How are we doing? How is it going? My name is Adam. I am tracking these storms that are moving through southwestern Ontario right now, and also south of Lake Simcoe towards the Uxbridge area. And that's what's happening. So, yeah, I am on my own for a bit. Brennan's going to join me later on this evening. Things should get interesting, probably all the way to about 8 or 9 o'clock. And as well, Liam will be here, so that's exciting. Teresa's in the background helping as well, and I know Patricia and Lindsay and Alana and everyone is always looking out for our wonderful team, so I sincerely appreciate that. But that storm south of Lake Simcoe right now is looking quite interesting. We put out a couple of different polygons for severe thunderstorm potential. I will run over the forecast with you for today as well. I actually just jump into that right now. This is Brennan's forecast map. As you can see, we started to actually label things level 1, level 2 to try to make it easier. We're always trying to make things a little bit easier to understand. So, so in yellow we have level 2, and in green we have level 1, and it goes all the way up to level 5 to give you a reference point here. Level 2 is basically areas from pretty much Hanover. You're kind of right on the border there, but Orangeville, Guelph, Newmarket, Barrie, Orillia, Collingwood, through Peterborough, Bancroft, and Tweed and Smith Falls. That's the main corridor of where we expect to see severe weather. It could stretch a little bit further outside of that, and that's what the green area is, which includes Wyerton, Tobermory, Owen Sound. Actually, Owen Sound is in the yellow, my bad. Kincardine, Goderich, Grand Bend, Woodstock, maybe Hamilton, Mississauga, Toronto, Oshawa, Belleville, Picton. I was going to say Kingston, but you're just east of our level 1 area. You could still see storms. We don't expect them to be significant, but hey, stranger things have happened, so we're going to have to watch and see how this unfolds. You can look at all the model data you want, and you can look at all the surface observations you want. You can look at everything you want. But when it comes down to it, you have to actually watch the storms and pay attention to what's going to unfold. So, let's see here. Oh, is there no audio? Somebody said there was no audio? I did probably just refresh the stream. Yeah, that's right. Okay, just going through the comments here. Kyle. Yeah, Kyle says, very cinematic looking at him. One of my lights went out. So normally I actually turned on other lights to try to compensate, but normally I'd have, it'd be more blended across my face, but that light went out. So I replaced it with that light, and now we have just the one light. So this side of my face will have a lot of shadows, and this side won't. It's a little more cinematic. Thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that, Kyle. Okay, so let me just turn on my mic just a little bit here. I have audio. Okay, everyone says they have audio. Looks great, says Star. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But yeah, it was slightly annoying. Okay, I'm going to jump back to radar here. Actually, we were talking about the forecast. Let's take a look at it one more time. If you ever want to know what gray means, it means no storms, or we're not expecting storms. You may still get storms, but we're not expecting them. Yeah, that's what gray means. Brennan won't put gray on the map, no matter what I say. I'm going to start a petition, and if you'd like to help me with this, Brennan, please put what gray means on the legend, please. He even put non-severe storms over in its own little section on the far left. Lots of room over there to put what gray means, but no. Let's see here. Oh, the screen behind you makes me think I'm flying in a plane. Yeah, so this is the screen behind me is sorry, let me go back to that one. This is our 3D weatherverse. So these are the actual storms we're tracking right now in 3D, in simulated kind of storm textures, and and you can see them moving and changing, and yeah, that's we used to call it the 3D weatherverse, but actually we've rebranded it to VirtuWeather. So now it is called VirtuWeather, and we're sticking with that because we like it. Anywho. Okay, thank you so much, Risa. Appreciate it. Alex says, anything for Allison? Maybe. The storms, I'll show you actually where they're coming in from. Coming in from the west. Environment Canada does have a severe thunderstorm watch up. And, Melissa says, looks better this way and won't be so warm for you, Adam. Oh, maybe. Oh, not so warm because I have one light down. Yeah, exactly, because those lights are generating heat. These are actually, they were like giant shop lights I just turned on the side. And but they are like fluorescent bulbs, and they do create quite a bit of heat. So yeah, it actually will be a little cooler in here. So that's a good point. I thought you meant on my skin tone. I'm like, I'm confused. Anyways, all right, where the heck was I? Yes, Environment Canada does have a severe thunderstorm watch in place all the way from kind of like Goderich to the east. Actually, I don't even know if Goderich is in the watch. No, it's not. It's actually just north of Goderich. So everywhere, basically just north of Goderich to the east, all the way to about Barrie right now. It's very possible that will get expanded. So deep southwestern Ontario does not have a watch. Right now the GTA doesn't have one. Areas to the east don't have one, but that could change. That could change fairly quickly. Depending on how these storms do develop. But they're pretty much highlighting the area we're expecting to see storms roll through. But there is actually an interesting storm just south, just east, actually, of Newmarket, heading through the Uxbridge area. So let's jump over to Instant Weather Pro. That's where we can really analyze this data. You can see the severe thunderstorm watch here in the big, thick yellow polygon. And so basically all these areas just north of Goderich, all the way over to Barrie. But this storm right here is very interesting. And we're going to continue to watch it closely. This is the Uxbridge storm. I'm thinking that whoa, we just got an update. Okay, it's got, okay. Starting to see some stronger winds on it, 70 kilometers an hour. So it's not really going to affect Uxbridge other than some heavy rain and maybe a little bit of hail, but that's going to move east towards Port Perry. Storms are moving due east today, not just in Ontario, but a lot of tracking some storms in Alberta as well, and they seem to be moving due east. We may notify those in Alberta and Saskatchewan that we are live streaming if those storms do continue to increase in deep southern Alberta and Saskatchewan. But I didn't notify them just yet because I want to see what those storms do, how they develop. So I notified all the folks from Ontario. So thank you for joining us on the stream. We are testing something where we live stream on YouTube and Twitch, mainly. And then I'm trying to make YouTube kind of like the go-to place, but we have a really awesome Twitch community as well too. So we're just basically live streaming those two places. But we're going to reserve streaming on Facebook for when the bleep hits the fan. So when when things get serious, when there is like, about to be a tornado, like really, really strong rotation, or we see some significant hail or super, super duper strong damaging winds, when things are like at that moment where it's like, okay, this is getting rough, this is getting bad, people are in danger in the path of whatever particular storms, that is kind of the moment we're going to go, okay, now we're going to go live on Facebook. So we're pretty much only going to notify our Facebook community. I mean, besides the fact that we notified everybody in the app. I think I sent out 230,000 notifications. So we're still notifying a lot of people. But when things get really hairy, that's when we're going to go live on Facebook. And then that's kind of how people used to know us for Facebook, is like, people said, oh, I don't, we've heard before, oh, I don't really pay attention to the weather until you go live on Facebook. And we're like, we can't always go live on Facebook. So that's not the greatest strategy. But we're trying to go live as much as we possibly can. So when we go live on Facebook, it's probably a heads up that things are getting hairy, right? Yeah, I would think so. Smith, I believe we did get your email. Yes, thank you very much. We will definitely look into that, and we'd like to have your help for the Twitch community for sure. That would be really helpful. I'm watching some of these storms. Let's go take a little stroll. Okay, I just want to take a peek at this one. This one is getting a little grumpy, but it's inside of my little blue polygon. You can see it here. If you do have our free app, you will get notified when we send out things like this polygon, severe thunderstorm potential. We sent that notification out. Please let us know in the comments if you received any of our severe thunderstorm potential notifications yet. If you haven't, that's probably a good thing. You probably don't want them, but and then this one as well too. Over here, we'll click on the Exeter radar, and there's actually a bunch of more storms that have popped up now west of Fergus. This one we put severe thunderstorm potential because it had some interesting winds. It has a little bit of an outflow boundary going with it as well too. And then now I wanted to show you this as well too. Here's all the storms coming from the west, coming from Michigan. They're under marine weather statements and coming off of Lake Huron. They're going to move to the east, and we're going to have to track those. And there is a little storm up here. Nothing much to it yet, but where do you think you're going? Anyways, so we're watching that storm north of Kitchener. We are watching the storm that is in the Uxbridge area as well too. By the way, huge news. Environment Canada has actually invested in the hardware. So not just a software solution, but the actual hardware solution I don't know exactly what that means, but obviously it's some piece of something that helps. And what it's done is it gets rid of the giant laser beams. So they've only installed it on the King City radar. And as you can see, there is no laser beams. If we go over to Exeter, you see this giant laser beam coming off. These laser beams are not actually laser beams. It's interference. So if somebody has radio frequency in the range of where the radar scans, and unfortunately, that's why you get these like horrible beams of fake, basically they're just like fake data, because that's not a real thing. This is just because someone near the radar station has basically a cell tower or something to that extent that interferes with it. But they're going to do it across Canada. It's so exciting. I'm so excited about it because these laser beams, like look at this giant, we call them laser beams. Again, it's just radio frequency interference. But yeah, these giant beams of radio frequency interference are so annoying. Like if you go to the Franktown, it's usually the worst. Yeah, look at this. This is horrifying. This is horrifying. Look at all this noise. They're going to install the hardware solution. Boom. All of that's going to be gone. Yes. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It is annoying, especially when you're trying to track a storm that happens to be right in the path of the radio frequency interference. That is also super annoying. So very exciting. A very exciting time. So kudos Environment Canada, ponying up some coin and investing in the radars to make them. We have a whole brand new radar system, and then they're plagued by these really, really annoying RF frequencies. So yeah, so I'm super, super thankful. But yeah, if we can just go to King City and we can see it. That's nice. So clean. That's great. So exciting. Okay. So let me just scroll over here and head over to, I just want to take a peek at Alberta just really quick. Watching this pretty nasty looking hailstorm. It's not as bad as it was earlier. And we did a little severe thunderstorm potential over in Alberta. The first one in Alberta we've done this season, I believe. And we continue to watch these ones down here in Saskatchewan as well. Yeah, we're going to, that's a big severe thunderstorm watch. By the way, we're going to improve this where we just make it an outline. It'll be so much better. We already have that in the US with all the US alerts. We have them all as an outline, as you can see. All the US alerts on Instant Weather Pro. We haven't, I don't think we've actually pushed this change to Instant Weather Pro yet. We're going to do that very soon. You'll have all the US alerts, which is really helpful, especially when stuff is near the Canadian border, of course. And but yeah, you can see the difference here. Nice outline, and then you look over here, and it's a crossword puzzle or something. It's a very complicated game of tic-tac-toe. Yeah, so we're going to definitely improve that drastically. So we're excited about that. Let me just head over to, and that'd be the same here. This would just be the outline of the severe thunderstorm watch, which makes the map look a lot cleaner as well. I want to take a peek at these storms in southwestern Ontario. They are definitely starting to move into an area. The environment is actually strengthening here. We're at a 4 for supercell. We're at a 1 for VTP, which is violent tornado parameter. So the environment here is actually increasing, maybe even a little bit more than we expected. We thought, yeah, probably going to see some hail. We might see some strong wind gusts, maybe a little bit of isolated flooding, but and there's a tiny, just a little tiny risk of rotating storms, of course, supercells that may end up producing a brief tornado. But maybe we'll see. We'll see how it unfolds. Never say never, but we definitely prefer if it didn't. We don't want tornadoes. We would rather they did not happen. But they're going to happen. They've happened. They happened before humans existed, and they're going to happen probably well after humans exist. But yeah, we don't. Hopefully we don't go extinct. I mean, the sun is going to eventually swallow the Earth in like 1 billion years, but we can't think about that right now. Let's just focus on becoming multiplanetary. If we live on Mars and the Earth gets swallowed by the sun, then maybe we can I don't know. They actually just discovered some pretty wild planets that, based on the atmosphere, they can tell that it's producing life. So we've actually discovered pretty much life on other planets in different solar systems. I don't know if it's different galaxies, but different solar systems. Maybe it is different galaxies. Let's see here. Livy's asking about Innisfil. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Innisfil might see some storms. As you can see, they're coming in from the west here. I'm just looking at some of the percentages here. The tornado percentages are staying fairly low. 1%, 2%, nothing too high. 10% on the Uxbridge one. Okay. Maybe it's excited about this environment. There is some lake breezes involved, but I'm not really seeing any strong rotation here. So I wonder if the algorithm is maybe picking up on kind of these pieces of noise. Because I'm not really seeing anything too. Oh, okay. Well, that looks a little bit better. All right, we've got 83 kilometer an hour inflow on that storm, heading east towards Port Perry. So that storm is probably the strongest that we're seeing at this point in time. And if that hits, those winds start to hit 90 on radar, then we'll probably upgrade our little blue polygon to maybe something orange. We might go up to orange, which is our kind of next level of notifying folks about severe weather. Let's see here. Bum-ba-da-bum. Just refreshing Ontario Storm Watch. If you are, Ontario Storm Reports. If you are not on our Facebook group, Ontario Storm Reports, you might want to jump on there. I think it's like 275,000 community members now, moderated by some wonderful moderators that are just fantastic at getting rid of the spam and the adult content that gets posted there all the time. You don't get to see it because our moderators are so awesome. So kudos to our moderators. But yeah, jump on there for sure and take a peek at what's happening on the Ontario Storm Reports, because it's just a fantastic place for the community to share reports and to see reports from other folks. And yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great. Hello, lots of on Twitch there. Hello, Tina. I'm going to say hi to everyone. Let's see here. Tina says, wait, hold on. Beautiful in Sarnia, just really windy. Thank you very much, Tina. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Sectoral Leader Cody says, hey, Smith, Tammy, Lord of Gingers, Pink Lady, Environmo, Hawkster, and everyone else. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Cody. Cody is a member of our team as well, too. So, Cody, did I make you a moderator? Let me know if I did or did not, because I'll jump on there and make you a moderator for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Janessa says lots of lightning in Fordwich. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. A lot of folks are asking about their particular location. And as we always say, it's hard to know for sure if anything specific is going to happen in your backyard. But we are going to watch closely, and we are going to see if anything does happen that is severe. But there is some potential. The environment is actually increasing quite a bit, so we're going to see what these storms decide to do. They're kind of kicking it up a notch here, so we will see. But yeah. Oh, good. The Uxbridge storm went down to 5% tornado risk, so that dropped considerably. But again, we do have this little area of pretty darn strong winds, 83.52, so strong inflow winds on that storm. It's very isolated. It's kind of got the whole area to itself. There are some rain showers to the north and maybe some storms to the southeast as well. But it's kind of got this little area all on its lonesome. So we'll see what happens here. Canadian Kid 88, thank you so much for the super chat. We sincerely appreciate it. Will Prescott see any bad weather today? Prescott being in Eastern Ontario, I'm going to say probably not. I'll go take a peek, but I'm pretty sure we're not expecting too much activity out east. Let's see here. Let me check on our friends from Prescott. Just looking at my phone here. Give me just a moment. We're expecting like 9 millimeters of rain. That seems to be the expectation, starting maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock. Maybe a little bit earlier, but yeah. And then it's going to be raining all the way until about 3 or 4 p.m. tomorrow. So, yeah. So you're going to get some rain. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, you might get some rain. But thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Miss Esri says, we are always having a party. We are the Twitch crew. Yeah, the Twitch crew is cool. We like our Twitch crew. Mark Davis says, shout out to whoever your YouTube mod is. They're answering questions before you even see them. Awesome. I appreciate that. I believe, is that for our instant weather volunteer? I think that might also be Cody. I'm not sure. I think that's Cody. Cody, can you let me know? Is the instant weather volunteer account, is that yours, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Let's see here.
It's Cole, I believe.
Oh, it's Cole. That's right. Okay, we have Cody on Twitch, and we have Cole on... What the... Brennan?
I popped out of nowhere. I was lurking in the background. I was like, what am I gonna...
Brennan's always lurking in the shadows. I'm just so used to hearing your voice. I was just like, it didn't even register for a second. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This storm, this flying V developing supercell that is east of Uxbridge is looking interesting here. Not too much rotation on it at this point in time, but yeah, it definitely looks interesting. Okay, so nice to have you, Brennan. Do you want to do some of the overlay stuff, or are you just popping in for a minute and then you're gonna pop back out?
I feel like you've done something based on this comment. Have you, like, organized the whole community against me or something?
Yeah, for the gray. I want the gray and the legend. I said we're gonna do a petition, then the community's gonna sign it.
Will die on. Oh, and
Brennan would rather answer
I'm just in
700
because I'm trying to get the overlays ready.
Oh, okay. Brennan would just he would rather answer 700 questions of what does gray mean than put the gray on the legend. So yeah, this is how Brennan rolls.
Ooh,
I don't know why.
To drink.
You've got lots of them. You don't need just that one. Let's see here. Nasty clouds approaching Bancroft from the west. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Brenda says, what's the difference between a volunteer and a moderator or admin? It depends. So we have admins are typically kind of like Brennan and myself that run the show here, and then moderators and volunteers. There's some crossover between them, but we have some volunteers on the team that really want to help with comments on Twitch and on YouTube and on Facebook, and yeah, and they're critical. And many of them are moderators for our team. And we appreciate it. They're awesome. Let's see here. Melissa B says, Adam, it's something about the name Brennan/Brennan. My son is the same way and spelt Brennan. Oh, it's just all of the Brens. I just call him Bren.
Yeah. I don't know many people with the same spelling as my name exactly. My parents decided want to be unique. I'm sure they're watching right now.
I'm sure. Let's see here. Just looking through emails, looking through reports, looking at data. So much data. So many screens to keep me toasty in here. Okay. That storm has still got my attention, but it's still inside of our polygon, so it seems fine. A little bit of hail, looks like near Rothsay, southeast of Teviotdale. You can see it there in pink. And we're going to keep watching these storms as they track through southwestern Ontario. So we're starting to get some stronger winds here, 74 kilometers an hour. Lots of inflow on that. We did have a warm front come through, and as many of you can tell, because it's starting to get pretty warm out there. What's it out there right now? In Barrie, it's 21 degrees outside. That's
Same
okay.
here.
I'm okay with that. Same there? Yeah.
But there's a nice breeze.
Yeah, actually, the breeze has been pretty strong today, but that's obviously because, you know, every time I feel a strong breeze, I'm thinking, where is that strong breeze going? There's times before where I thought there was going to be no severe weather for the day, and I was outside with my family doing something or other, and then we got a huge gust of wind, and I was like, where is that wind going? And then I check radar, and there's like a storm popping up over by like Bancroft, and the gust of wind was being pulled from like Simcoe County all the way.
The roof. You're like, watch out.
Yeah, I look straight at roofs. That's immediately. Yeah. No, I immediately looked towards Bancroft, and it was like popping up there, and I was like, oh, well, thanks, gust of wind, for letting me know what's up. But yeah, every time I feel a strong gust of wind, I'm like, where's it going? Why is it doing that? It has a purpose. Let's see here. Kyle says, pretty strong winds in Port Lambton. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. How about... John says, the Weather Network is saying rotation. Do you mean on their forecast how they said rotating storms are possible? Or do you mean like... I don't think Mark Robinson. I don't see anything from him. Oh, you're talking about like their forecast where it says there's a brief window for rotating storms. Yeah, it's the same thing we're saying. That there is a little bit of a chance for rotating storms, a little bit of a chance for maybe an isolated tornado. But the main risk today is hail and some damaging wind gusts. That seems to be the case. But the environment's kind of strengthening, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. John says 10-4. Yeah, I think that's on their forecast map where they said rotating storms are possible. So that's just part of their forecast. This is the forecast that Brennan made here. Somewhat similar to what I saw from TWN. And you can see, actually, Brennan's done something different with these forecast maps. Now he's done level 1, level 2. It goes all the way up to level 5, but today we are at level 2, which is elevated. So marginal is kind of like a low risk. Elevated is a little bit like a slight risk, a little bit stronger than a marginal. Then we get into orange, which is a strong risk, which, you know, it's like all hands on deck thing. And then we get to significant. It's like, okay, we're into the rough stuff. And then extreme would be, we try to reserve extreme. I only think we used it, Brennan, maybe like once last season or twice, maybe?
I think there's been, like, in our entire history, I think there's been 2 times we used it, and I think one of them was out west.
Oh, yeah, one of them was like, I think it ended up being the huge hailstorm, wasn't it, that went through Calgary, maybe? It's something like that.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think there was, like, some... I think it was Saskatchewan, I want to say. Some, like, tornado risk.
Probably. In retrospect, you know, if we could go back and do the forecast for the derecho again, we would have definitely given it extreme level 5. There ended up being 15 fatalities that day from like London, Ontario, all the way to Ottawa, all the way through the GTA. So that that ended up being.
Didn't even look that strong at the time. Like, I don't even.
Well, it ended up. Remember, the day before was a significant risk. The day before was a 4 out of 5, and then it kind of like, and that ended up being almost, I think, kind of a bust. The day before, and then the morning of, I remember in the forecast I said, looks like there could be some strong storms maybe in you know, southwestern Ontario in the morning, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for those. And me saying that ended up being the derecho that had 15 fatalities, which is horrifying. So our thoughts are with all those who lost family members from that storm. That ended up being more fatalities that day, of course, because it went through the most populated corridor of Canada, but more fatalities that day than there was back in 1985 when there was 12 fatalities, 8 in Barrie and 4 from Grand Valley to Newmarket from those multiple tornadoes. So now if we had that day today, that would be a problem, because if we had something that significant, it would be a horrifying problem because we have a lot more population now. Amazing Person 349 says, oh, Travis Farncombe is saying that there's a big RFD cut on the storm he's on at North Perth County. Is he live streaming? I didn't even prepare this, but I'm going to get this prepared. Hold on. I got to go double check. See if Travis is live streaming. He is with Highways and Hailstones, and he might be live streaming right now. Let me go double check. Usually text me for these things. Highways and Hailstones.com. There we go. Let me pull this up and see if he is live right now. I'm sending him a message right now and say, you didn't let me know. Come on. All right, let's see here. Give me just a moment. Jump to the live map. And let's see if Travis is... Oh, he's not live at the moment, but he is posting some photos. Cool. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up here. Let me jump to this. Will this work? Maybe. There we go. Good enough. So there's Travis right now. He is... I can't seem to zoom in any further, but he's northwest of Waterloo. And he posted this from Listowel. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. Hold on, let me... see if I can duplicate this. Let's see if this works. One sec. Okay, this might work. So H&H, and give me just a moment, and I will get this to work. Go back to Facebook page. H. Okay, and if I adjust this window, this should make life better. Let's see. There we go. Okay, something like this. Yeah. Okay. How about this? This should work. There we go. Okay, so there is Travis's photo from North Perth, and he says big RFD cut on that one. And earlier he took this photo to the west of that storm beginning to develop by Morris Turnberry, Ontario. And now he is moving to the east, so he is southeast of Palmerston right now. So we will watch what he's doing carefully. It looks like severe thunderstorm watch has been extended to Caledon, Newmarket, Georgina, Northern York region. So Environment Canada has just extended the severe thunderstorm watch. Let's jump back to Instant Weather Pro And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to see the extension. And yes, we can. So they've extended it to, they had it basically buried, but they've extended it to this region here that looks like a boot. And let's see if, yeah, that storm we were watching east of Port Perry looks like it's weakening. So that is great news. Yeah, good. Good to see that weakening there. And we continue to watch these storms here. Let's try to figure out which storm Travis is on here. I think he's probably, looks like he is, he's southeast of Palmerston. So he's kind of in here, basically watching this cluster of storms as it moves to the east. So there's a big RFD cut. So rear flank downdraft cut, he's saying. Well, that's interesting. Interesting. So we will watch these closely. He says he's not live streaming, but he's out there just getting to Drayton. Things are getting very interesting. Storms are becoming surface based, he says. Uh-oh. I don't know. Okay, I said go live if you see anything fancy. Travis is a pro. He goes down and chases in the States and all over the place, and yeah, he knows what he's doing. We definitely don't recommend anyone to run out there and try to do it themselves. It's a very dangerous thing to do if you don't know what you're doing. You know what? It's a very dangerous thing to do if you do know what you're doing. It's still dangerous. Typically, the people driving in cars looking at the storms, not paying attention to intersections. There's been some absolutely horrifying accidents in the U.S. from that kind of thing. You know, everybody's looking at the sky at the same time. They both miss the stop signs, and you know, yeah, these things happen. So, yeah. So, you know, kudos to them for being brave. I've been out there in my day. That's where I started. I started out in the field. But yeah, it was there was a few dicey moments, and at one point in time, I realized that it wasn't the storm that was going to take me out. It was me being distracted in the car. That's gonna be the thing that takes me down. So, yeah. So I decided to back off of that a little bit. But live streaming here, I'm pretty busy. There was one time I tried to run out to Oro. There was actually a tornado went through Oro, and it was this really strong rotating storm. And I hopped in the car and I started to drive to Oro, and I slapped myself in the head and I go, what am I doing? I have to get back to live stream because this is going to happen. I can't just run up the road and take a look at it. I need to get back down here to the studio to live stream. So, yeah. So that's what I do. But it's safer, and we can all come along for the ride at the same time, which is good. So that storm right there is starting to pick it up as far as percentages are going here. Let me just double check on that. That storm is starting to kick it up a notch. 7% tornado risk on the storm that Travis is on. 49% severe risk, 28% hail risk, and 19% wind risk on that storm. So that is kicking it up a notch. Oh boy. Okay. Let me just take a look at that. I'm going to send out a polygon on that one because it is really kicking it up a notch. And this is the storm over Arthur right now. Where did he say? He was heading to Drayton. Let's see here. But yeah, that's the storm over Arthur at the moment. It is, yeah, it's kicking it up a notch for sure. And it looks like it's heading due east. Let's take a look at it. I'm just going to hit play. I think it's heading due east, maybe a little bit to the northeast. Oh, it's kind of actually moving to the northeast, maybe up towards Shelburne. It's kind of lifting north, and they're merging together. This is all going to merge into a pretty strong storm, I think, which is not great. Okay. So there's that. Yeah, it is picking it up. Okay, I'm going to send out a notification on that one for sure. Let me just do that really quick. I'm going to send a severe thunderstorm potential on that particular storm cluster because it is really kicking it up. And let's do it about here. And maybe out to the east. I'm going to go out to Vaughan with it. Up towards Newmarket. All the way up to basically southern Innisfil. Actually, I'll go to Innisfil as well. And I'm going to go right back down to the storm. That is a big polygon. I'm sending out a big polygon here, folks. Let me just animate this to make sure. It's still trying to move east, even though it looks like it's lifting. It's still pushing east, so I don't know if I'm going to go that far northeast with this one. I'm going to bring that down a bit. Sorry, Innisfil, you're getting out of this one. Keswick, I'll leave Keswick in it. Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty big polygon. All right, I'm going to send out a severe thunderstorm potential on that one. Severe thunderstorm potential. We are carefully monitoring the storm that is located near Arthur? Yeah. Located near Palmerston and Arthur. Tracking to the east. Tracking to the east. I'll just say that. Okay. I'm also going to write an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out with today's storms. And the time is 5:36 in 10 seconds. Okay. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And 3, 2, 1. 5:36. Okay. Sending out the notification to 17,000 people. There it goes. Okay, that I put the city list check mark on, so that Facebook post should have a lot of locations. Because that is a pretty large polygon. I'll show you my polygon as soon as it pops up on the map. You should see it here. You'll see it right here to about here. Let's watch this polygon magically show up. I mean, I can just hit refresh because this is actually a website. Instant Weather Pro is actually a website, which is really cool. It's like the first pro radar website of this level, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so you'll see this about every 20 seconds. Refresh this. So give it 20 seconds, and then you'll see a polygon right here. I could hit refresh. I just want it to happen on its own. Let's just let it happen naturally. It refreshed radar, but it didn't refresh the polygons yet. I'm about to hit F5. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's our polygon. Ooh. Travis just posted another photo from Mapleton, Ontario. And it's got some looks to it. Whoa. Carl says, I hope you have tornado. Carl, we don't want tornadoes. Some people do. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. Okay, so, Livy says, no tornado, I don't want. Agreed. The storm is in Arthur. Yeah, let's go take a look. Let's jump back to, see what, 1 second here. This is actually on the wrong page. I have to flip it to that one. There we go. Travis has posted a new photo, which is this one right here. And yeah, that's his photo from Mapleton, Ontario. And wow, that's starting to get organized. That is getting organized. Like you said, it's surface-based. They're coming down towards the surface. We're starting to get some new percentages here. Hold on. From the AI real-time data. So let's take a look. Whoa, 10% tornado risk now on the Teviotdale Rothsay storm. 68% severe risk on that storm. That is kicking it up a notch. And that is just west of Arthur there. That's basically where we put that polygon, yeah. So that storm is now a 10% tornado risk, 26% wind risk, 42% hail risk, and overall a 68% severe risk on that storm. I would not be surprised if Environment Canada put up a warning on that one, but that is up to them. That is up to them. I think we just got a radar update, so let's go take a look at that. But thank you, Travis, for those reports from that's from highwaysandhailstones.com. They also have a free app, which is super cool. So definitely check that out. Yeah, this storm is kicking it up big time. I'm hoping that this near Bosworth is noise. Now, I think it is noise because, look, 68.4 kilometers. You can see that at the top of the screen. If I go right down to Bosworth, it's 55.8 kilometers. If I go to these two different bins, they're at 160 kilometers an hour. So I think that is noise, but let's go with I hope that is noise. Because if that is not noise, that is some really, really strong inflow winds. This storm's starting to be concerning. Again, we're at 10% tornado risk on it. Oh boy. And again, those percentages will be available on Instant Weather Pro probably in the next couple of weeks. We're finally going to add them to it. It's then you'll be able to basically click on any storm and see what percentages it has as far as risk is concerned, based on the environment, based on the parameters based on surface observations, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, calculating exactly what that storm has for potential, basically. What potential it has. But yeah, this storm is kicking it up big time. You can see a big outflow boundary coming down off that storm. And yeah, there's another storm up here as well, but it doesn't look too organized yet. Near the Gray Highlands, it's starting to get a little bit of really, really weak rotation on it. And Tilt 2 actually looks interesting. And Tilt 3 is even stronger. It's got upper level support. So that storm's kicking it up a notch. Okay, I just wanted to see what my settings were at there. All right, so yeah. This storm is definitely the one to watch right now, the one that Travis is currently on near Bosworth. This is actually kind of the storm that models have been kind of anticipating. This kind of strong storm, basically right in this area, tracking east, just south of Lake Simcoe, kind of almost through maybe the Vaughan areas. Yeah, this storm has been anticipated by models for a couple of days now, and it's been quite consistent, surprisingly. We usually don't have that. Usually it's like storms are going to be here or here or here or here. And models have been like, no, there's going to be this storm. It's going to be pretty strong, and it's going to be right here. And that's kind of coming true.
There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued on that storm.
Of course. Of course there was. 3 seconds ago, I see it. Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning for Mount Forest, Arthur, Northern Wellington County. As expected, Environment Canada issued a severe thunderstorm warning on that, which makes a lot of sense. Ty says, watching rotation right near Drayton. So Ty is basically where that storm is as well, too. Thank you for the report, Ty. Stay safe, please. And starting to see some rotation on that one. Anita says, we just had major hail in Grand Valley, like quarter size, and lots of it was stuck under the gazebo. Whoa. That is not great. Thank you, Anita, for the report. Whoa. That is, that's not great at all. So hopefully everybody's staying safe with that one. She said near Grand Valley. Okay. Which would have been this right here, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you kindly, Lindsay. I don't think you heard that. She must have been on Discord. Yeah, I think Lindsay's on Discord. By the way, Lindsay, if it's easier for you, you can just do StreamYard with us. And then we can, if you're in StreamYard with us, we can just hear you through there. It's all good. It's all good. But if you want to just stay on Discord, no worries. It's up to you. She said that there was a report of that hail as well. Whoa! Holy! Oh my goodness! I'm gonna bring that up on the stream here. Give me a sec.
I can do it. Give me a sec.
Oh, sure.
It's on Ontario Storm Reports, right?
No, was it on Twitter? 1 second here. Oh, it's Kirk McDonald on Twitter.
Okay, I'll let you bring that up. I don't have that loaded right now.
No worries. Wow, they're bouncing big time. Holy. 1 second here.
Interesting little cell just to the southeast of Uxbridge that just popped up. It's nothing concerning, but it's just popped out of nowhere.
Popping in different places here. I'm concerned with this Arthur storm. Really strong winds on this now. 72.75 kilometers an hour. Arthur's about to get hammered by hail. There's a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm now, which is great. Kudos to Environment Canada being on the ball with that one, because that is really strengthening there. And that's the storm that Travis is on. So we'll see what he reports with that one. Oh, I was going to bring up that report. Okay. You know what I'm going to do first, just to be on the safe side? I'm going to send a message to Kirk and just make sure he's cool with us sharing it. Let's see here. 1 second here. A little bit of a lowering near Allison was posted. Okay, let me just double check. I want to make sure he's okay with that. Okay, so just gonna ask him real quick. May we share this on our live stream, Kirk? Okay. I sent him a message, so if he says it's cool, then I'll share it on the stream. Okay, so that storm is still by far the stronger one happening. Palmerston is about 5 minutes out from Tiviotdale, says Lex. Is it coming this way then? Yeah, that's the storm that you're basically inside of at the moment. You can see it's heading towards Arthur. This is Palmerston, and where's Teviotdale? It's, aren't you to the south? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there, Teviotdale right there. Yeah. So you're not really in the worst of it. The strongest part is definitely east of Olivet, near Petherton, and heading into Arthur. Some big-time hail heading into Arthur right now. Looks like it's going to be pretty grumpy. So there's that. That storm is definitely cooking. That storm is cooking up a storm. Storm's cooking up a storm, folks. Yeah, no, that thing is definitely cooking. That's the storm we are paying most attention to right now. There are more storms coming in off of Lake Huron. There are some storms kind of like west of Barrie that we're keeping an eye on. This one right here near Grey Highlands, likely producing hail as well, north of Flesherton. Heading east towards Angus eventually, is producing some hail. Not a lot of rotation on that one at this point in time, but this one for sure is the one we are closely watching. Closely monitoring this one, under severe thunderstorm warning now, and it's producing probably some pretty strong wind gusts and big-time hail heading through Arthur as we speak. So, let's see here. EIKO. Sorry?
Kirk replied to you.
That was fast. Nice. He says, yep, feel free to flip the video around. Awesome. Nice guy, Kirk is. All right. I said, thanks so much, and I'm going to show his video. It is loud. It is loud. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to... let me pull it up from his... there we go. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Give me just one sec. Okay, I think this should work. Let me try this. No. How did that? I swear it looked fine. Oh, I was the wrong one. There we go. Cool. All right, so there's Kirk's video right there. Getting slammed with hail near Grand Valley. And they're bouncing. They are bouncing. Let me see if I full screen that, we'll be able to see it. Yeah, they are bouncing. Whoa. That is, that's that quarter-size hail being reported near Grand Valley. So, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is hitting hard. Okay, thank you so much to Kirk McDonald. Give him, if you're on Twitter or /X, give him a follow. Kirk MacDonald5 at Kirk MacDonald5. Weather Canada's posted nice updraft to the cell just west of Kitchener as well. Mark Robinson posted a video from his dash cam through Arthur with an exclamation mark, and it looks like it's pretty nasty there. He's core punching the hail core there, which is definitely not recommended, but it looks like there was an interesting post of the Arthur storm on Ontario Storm Reports as well. Oh, I didn't realize I'm so cut off here. Hi, everyone. I'll have to redo these windows. I didn't have these windows set up for Brennan being on the left side. I think it was that one. Is that the Arthur one? I know. What is that? That was interesting. That was definitely interesting. Okay. I'm going to go back to Instant Weather Pro. There we go. Now I'm somewhat centered. Crystal says, anything for Barry? Maybe. Maybe. Sack says, does anyone know if Maple, Ontario is in any danger? You might see some severe storms. Nothing to worry about right now, but pay attention because they're
I
heading
found the
to the
Arthur
east.
one. It was still in the pending section. I just approved it, so it should show up.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Where are you?
But yeah, no,
Really?
obviously, don't be scared. Be prepared. We've been saying that for about a decade now, and yeah, it's widely used, and it's for a good reason, because yeah, it makes sense. Don't be prepared. Or sorry, don't be scared. Be prepared. Just make sure you're watching. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you have our free app, Instant Weather. Download that. It is free. We will notify you if we see anything like rotation. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. And if we see any rotation or strong damaging wind gusts or Environment Canada issues anything at all for your area, we will notify you instantly. So yeah, definitely download our free app, instantweatherapp.com. And for those of you who are joining us from Facebook, but now on YouTube, a huge thank you to for you to making the journey over here. Again, when things get super significant, if we think there's going to be a tornado about to touch down, or there's super strong damaging wind gusts, or any of this kind of stuff, we will go live on Facebook just to kind of let folks know what's up there, because we want to raise awareness as far and as wide as possible. But yeah, but we also kind of want to build up our YouTube community and our Twitch community, because those are pretty important. And if we build those up, they'll share it to a much larger audience, which is great. So, whoa, what is that, Brennan? I gotta make the screen bigger. That's Arthur? That's not the one I was talking about. That one looks wild. Outside Arthur about 15 minutes ago. Crazy wind has picked up suddenly now. Was just downpouring thunder and lightning at 5:48. Look at that photo. That is a strong-looking shelf. We're getting new percentages now on that storm. Let me go take a look and tell us, what is AI telling us here? Hold on a second. What is the machine telling us? Machine, tell us. 13% tornado risk on that storm now. That is still moving into Arthur, basically in Arthur now. 13% tornado risk on it. 40% chance of severe hail. 22% chance of severe wind. Overall, 66% chance of severe weather from that storm. If we're looking at the radar right now, I'm watching it. I'm not seeing anything super strong as far as rotation is concerned. So I think right now, the tornado threat isn't imminent, but it may become that. Part of the percentages from the AI is actually telling us how it thinks the storm is going to evolve over time. So it's saying that there's a 13% chance that through the lifespan of this storm, it may have the chance to produce an isolated tornado. But again, right now we're not seeing really strong rotation, but we are seeing some photos like the one you can see that way on the far left side of the screen, which is a very impressive shelf cloud. So yeah, so there's that. The storm to the north is looking a little more interesting as well, too. The one east of Markdale, 26% chance of severe weather on that one, 10% chance of severe winds, 6% chance of severe hail, and a 1% chance of a tornado on that particular storm. So that one's starting to kick it up a notch, too.
Cole is mentioning in the chat to check out the velocity on King City for Maxwell. I don't know which storm he's talking about.
Maxwell. Who was mentioning that?
Cole in the chat.
Oh, I see. That's that one he's
right
talking
there.
about. That's that one right there near south of Feversham. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of inflow on there. It's on multiple tilts too. Whoa, on 3 tilts, on 4 tilts. It's weak, but it's there for sure.
Cassette.
On that same storm?
Yeah.
Is there a new update? One sec. Oh yeah, Exeter's starting to kick it up a notch too. Whoa, hello. Yeah, there's definitely some inflow on that one. Okay, I'm sending a polygon on that one. And who was that? Sorry, was that Cole? Or
yeah,
that was Cole, right? Yeah. Thank you, Cole.
Chat.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Why don't I have our team chat? Oh, I see. I never made it. Okay, I need to like put it so I can always see it. Okay, now I can see our team chat always. Good. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna send a
question on YouTube from Mike. I'm out in Guelph on the trails in my wheelchair. Should I go home now? And thank you for the super chat.
Where is he?
Guelph.
Yeah. Go home. I would not be on trails right now in Guelph. These storms
I'm
are
still trying
heading
to
like...
catch up, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no worries. Oh, I see Fergus, Guelph. Let me think here. Yeah. One sec. Trying to see exactly where. So I see Fergus. Yeah, it's hard to say. That storm is pretty strong, and it's kind of heading your way. So I would say you might want to just go home, let it pass. But I mean, there's storms in behind it as well too. So yeah, I'd probably throw in the towel. Probably a good idea. I'm gonna go minor rotation on that storm. That Cole pointed out. I don't like the looks of it. It's heading east towards Barry and Angus, and it's definitely starting to show some minor rotation now. So I'm gonna go. Minor rotation detected. We've detected minor rotation on this storm near Maxwell. It's basically south of Collingwood. Maxwell, south of Collingwood. Collingwood tracking east towards Creemore. Towards Creemore, Angus, etc. It may continue strong as it tracks towards the Barry area. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Looks good to me. And the timing is 5:56. Okay, I'm going to send out that notification right now to 21,591 people. And send. Okay, I sent it out. Cole says that Maxwell storm is in that area where weird things happen. That's a good point. It's definitely in the area that we pay close attention to. It's the relationship between... Oh, there's a storm rolling into Ottawa right now? I better go check on that. That's the relationship. We weren't expecting anything too strong for that area, but oh, you know what? We were expecting some stuff kind of like just north into Quebec. So maybe that's what's happening here.
I just pulled an update from Dr. Sills on that storm.
What'd he say?
He said mid-level rotation apparent on multiple radars for supercells near Arthur and further north near Grey Highlands.
That's the Maxwell, yeah.
76 dBz returns on the Arthur storm. Likely some large hailstones in there.
For sure. For sure. The Ottawa storm doesn't look too fancy. We got some lightning on it, but I don't see anything too strong as far as the winds are concerned. But yeah, it looks like we've got a decent little storm heading through the Ottawa area at the moment. Looks like mainly probably a flooding risk for that one. Let me just get rid of some windows here. I've got so many open. I need to close some desperately. Okay. All right.
There's a new severe thunderstorm warning. I believe it includes Barrie, because I just saw Barrie.
Yeah, that's the one. I got the notification about a minute before that one. So that's the yeah, that's the one that it's covering all the way up to Collingwood, all the way over to Barrie. That's the giant polygon I always complain about. Oh, actually, that's a combination. No, this is actually two polygons. So they're warning that storm though. I'm happy
multiple.
about that. Yeah, there's multiple for sure.
Own sound,
but I'm
and
happy they're warning that storm for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Okay. So, do we want to go minor rotation on the other one? It's only 3% tornado risk now on the Arthur storm. But the storm to the north is 4%. So they're both relatively close. Let's just go take a peek at them. Okay, so there is a storm heading through Ottawa. We're not expecting anything too severe about it. Besides the lightning and maybe a little flood risk and maybe some gusty winds. But we'll keep an eye on that one. That was kind of unexpected. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at... yeah, a little bit of upper level rotation. We went minor rotation on that storm. We're keeping a close eye on it as it tracks to the east, which is this one right here, heading east towards Creemore and then Angus and then Barrie. It might be heading a bit to the southeast, maybe down towards Alliston and Innisfil. We'll see. Heading kind of towards Angus, it looks like. and that's got some minor rotation on it, so nothing
In the near
too significant.
severe warning, they mention up to 2 knee-size hail.
Oh boy. That's not small. Okay, I've got a lot of polygons here. I need to get rid of some of them. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the one that is the earliest one, which is the Godrich one. I'm going to get rid of the Godrich one. Okay, that should go away. I'm going to keep this one here. And I got to get rid of the Uxbridge one is all done too. Uxbridge, yeah, get rid of that. Okay. Good. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Continue to watch. That Arthur storm is interesting. I haven't heard anything from Travis on that storm yet. But yeah, those storms are continuing pretty strong. Mainly a hail risk today, folks, but you never know. Just have to watch how it develops.
I see an update from Travis on highways and hailstones. I'm just going to bring it up here.
Oh, okay. That was his Mapleton. Did he?
Large bow.
Was there one from?
Bowed lowering in the Arthur storm at 5:55, so about 5 minutes ago.
Okay. Thank you. There is a couple of interesting storms over in Alberta and Saskatchewan I want to take a peek at. Let's go take a stroll over there real quick. We'll come right back and take a look at what's happening with the storm heading. Whoa, that's going to be some big hail. Holy. East of Feversham. Look at the values on here. 70 dBz, 71.5 dBz. That's going to have some big time hail in it.
I have seen a hail core that strong for a while in Ontario. I think the last time I saw something like that was when that storm over by Lake Simcoe produced like golf ball size hail. So that's
that's certainly could be that. Big time hail heading towards Creemore right now. Oh boy. That's going to hurt if anybody's outside. Hopefully they're not. But looks like severe thunderstorm warnings on both of the main strong storms here in Ontario, which is good. It's going to take a flight over to, let's just scroll out a bit and take a flight all the way over here to Alberta. I just want to see what that polygon I created a while ago is talking about. We said severe thunderstorm potential. Looks like that storm might be weakening a bit, which is good. Whoa! There is big time hail here. Only severe thunderstorm watch on these two fairly potent hail producers. And this storm might have a little bit of rotation on it here. Yeah, you can see it on tilt too as well. So that storm's looking pretty grumpy. Lots of, probably some big time hail here heading northeast of Medicine Hat. Only severe thunderstorm watches on those storms. And then there's this storm down here, which is also pretty potent. And that is near Val-Marie, number 17. Northwest of Grasslands National Park, or part of Grasslands National Park in Saskatchewan. So, yeah, those are looking pretty grumpy. I wouldn't be surprised if, I know there's not a lot of population up here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Environment Canada put out a severe thunderstorm warning on these ones, because they're kicking it up a notch over here in Alberta. And some rotation on that storm, multiple tiers, multiple levels on this one right here. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll head back out west in a little bit to take a peek at that storm, see how it is developing. Again, I would not be surprised if Environment Canada put a warning on that one. Okay, so our big time hailstorm heading towards, let's see, if you are in McIntyre, Badros, Maple Valley, Singhampton area, if you are in Dundon, Honeywood, Lavender, Ruskview, Terra Nova, Randwick, Banda.
Speaking of Honeywood,
Creemore.
We just got a picture on Ontario Storm Reports that I just pulled up of Honeywood.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I see it. Whoa. That's north of Honeywood. Okay. I see. Yeah, that makes sense because the storm is actually north of Honeywood at the moment, right? Let's see. Maple Valley. Creemore. It's heading right towards Creemore. Big time hail. Oh, that's Honeywood, north of Honeywood. Okay. So they're looking at that storm from south. Yeah, it's got some lowering scud there. You can see it's kind of ragged. From Cam Meredith on Ontario Storm Reports. Thank you so much for the report. We appreciate it. We've got new machine learning values on that storm, and it is looking grumpy. 9% tornado risk now on the Feversham Maxwell storm. 75% severe risk. 75. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Oh, shout out to Angela. My sister and I are big fans and watch live streams all the time, sometimes from our basements. I'm in the basement right now, but that's the perfect place to be because I don't have to move anywhere if things get hairy. Today is her birthday. Can we get a shout out to Angela? Happy birthday, Angela. Hope everything is going well. Happy birthday to you. Don't want to get a copyright strike on that one.
I don't think that's a copyrighted song.
I think that song was created in the 1400s, so hopefully the copyright has worn out by now. But yeah, so let's back to that storm. 75% chance of severe risk on that storm. 63% chance of severe hail. 32% chance of severe wind, and a 9% chance of a tornado on the storm we are tracking right now. That is near McIntyre, heading near Badgeros, heading into Dundon, Lavender, kind of in the Honeywood area, maybe a bit north, but it's heading towards Creemore. And that's got a lot of population there. But big time hail is what we're seeing on that storm. Whoa. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some huge hail reports come out of that one. Where is this? That's Shelburne? It kind of got cut off by your title at the top. That's a photo from Shelburne. That's getting surface based. We've talked about this a lot this season as we've streamed a few times early, and the early events were like, these storms are probably elevated further up off the surface. Probably they don't have a chance to really interact with the surface as much. However, you can see in that photo right there, they're getting pretty close to the surface. These are surface-based storms, which is not good. That means they can do more wind damage potentially to the surface. Easier for a tornado to occur when they're surface-based. So there's that. Oh, it looks like we have a hail report from Orangeville. Only pea-size, though, at this point in time. But if we get a hail report off that Badgeros storm, I bet you it's going to be pretty brutal. Look at the colors in that. Whoa! That's out of Flesherton at 5:57. That is that same storm, that Flesherton storm. That is a grumpy-looking storm. Oh, boy. 10% tornado risk now on that storm. 29% wind risk, 49% hail, and 77% overall severe thunderstorm risk on this storm that is heading east right now towards McIntyre, Dundon, Creemore, Band, eventually towards Angus, we would think. And that's going to be bringing some big-time hail. Holy. Messaging Travis, letting him know about the Feversham storm. Yeah, so we've got severe thunderstorm warnings from Environment Canada. We've got severe thunderstorm watches in place. We've got ourselves old-fashioned severe risk in this area, which is can be a pretty popular area at times for severe thunderstorms, which is kind of the corridor from pretty much Goderich to Barrie. And so we are watching this closely. But that storm that is heading towards Creemore is by far the strongest we have in the environment at this point in time. How come this isn't plugged in? I swear I had this plugged in. Not charging. Come on. What are you talking about? It's not charging. Plug it. Well, it worked. When all else fails, unplug it, twist the cable around, and then plug it back in. Every time. I don't know what it is. Could be a cable issue. All right. We're getting close to the point of launching the Facebook stream here, Brennan. I think it might be pretty darn close, considering we've got hail. That's probably golf ball, I would think. Toony, if not bigger. Maybe it's weakened a little bit. I would say I'd have to see stronger rotation. We're gonna have to kind of massage those thresholds as we move through the season of exactly when are we going live on Facebook. Because we only really want to go live on Facebook when when the bleep is hitting the fan, I think. I think that's the idea. Which is good, because then if you get notified on Facebook we're live, might be a good time to watch. I was going to say that right there. But if you want to go live with us through the entire live stream experience, head on over to YouTube, head on over to Twitch, at Instant Weather on YouTube, at Instant Weather on Twitch. That's right. Okay. I'm just going to exit full screen on this, jump into the comments, whole bunch of comments. Chris says, Adam, I'm south of Orangeville and just got thunder in Bolton. There's thunder in Bolton. Thank you for the report. Appreciate that.
Whoa,
Dominic says, when will the storm hit Toronto? Might see a little bit later. A few hours. I'm looking at that picture right now. What is that? East of Dundalk, Ontario. That is a pretty grumpy looking shelf cloud. And you can see the blue sky in like behind it. I don't know if that's a funnel cloud. It looks like scud to me, but it's definitely starting to become maybe a little wall cloud. Look up to the top right there. You can see the blue sky behind it. So it looks like the sun is fueling these storms for sure. That's right. We got to zoom in on the blue sky. Thank you, Brennan. Oh boy. Starting to get into the actual severe weather season here. We've had a couple of interesting situations early on with, the storms look decent, but maybe not that strong. We did have some pretty strong wind damage, which was the areas east of Port Lambton, I believe. Between Port Lambton and London, we had 2 barns that got destroyed, so our thoughts are with those who were affected by that. Let's see here. Let's go take a look at... I just want to take a peek at that Ottawa storm again. Again, we weren't expecting anything too significant over there, but kind of popped up. Yeah, it's still looking pretty weak. So just some lightning and some heavy rain in Ottawa, but nothing to be concerned about besides that. Yeah, nothing to be too worried about. Again, lightning's obviously not the safest thing in the world. I think more people die from lightning strikes in Canada than any other type of severe weather. Although flooding is probably number one. I know flooding's number one in the U.S. I don't know how often we have fatalities from flooding in Canada, but I know it can happen. But flash flooding in the U.S. is by far the number one cause of fatalities. Mostly because people, are like, it's not so bad. And they try to drive over the road. The road's washed out. The car gets carried away, and things don't go well after that. So, yeah. So stay safe out there, folks, because there's some pretty dangerous storms at times. And this is turning into one of them. 13% tornado risk now on the storm. 80% severe thunderstorm risk. Hail risk is 71%. Wind risk is 40%. And this storm that we are watching near Dundon, it's starting to actually turn into more of a supercell here, Brennan. It's starting to kind of have a little bit of a shape. Not the shape we want to see. It's running into the windmills here. There's a bunch of windmills, but it's stretching and it's kind of getting a little bit of a flying V supercell shape to it. The hail is actually weakening, which recently I've had some interesting discussions where I've talked about how sometimes when the hail weakens, it's actually a sign that the tornado potential is increasing. Or if the hail is really, really strong, then that's sometimes can mitigate the tornado potential. So it's almost kind of like one or the other in some cases with those storms. I'm just going to take a look at the stuff out west. 51% chance of severe thunderstorm on that storm right now. Hold on, let me just jump back out. I'm going to keep watching the storm. I know there's a lot of folks paying attention to it. It's not going to be long until we probably flip the switch and go live on Facebook with that storm because it is looking pretty grumpy. But we'll see what it does. I just want to keep an eye on it. So far, the rotation doesn't look too strong, although it is in a strong environment.
This is
it
cool.
does have the... What is cool?
Alex White just posted on Ontario Storm Reports of looking west from the CN Tower and seeing the storm.
Yeah. That's cool. There's a CN Tower camera. If you go to the CN Tower's website, there's a CN Tower camera you can check out. And I think they've got a bunch of them, actually, that point all different directions, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them. They're all over the place.
I'm going to just take a flight over here to... It's going to take a quick flight over Saskatchewan because I want to see that there's a storm in southwestern Saskatchewan that's really kicking it up on the machine learning percentages here. I think it's this one right here. Let me click on the KGGW radar and see what kind of returns we're getting from that. Whoa. Yeah, basically a big, strong hail core there. Not any stronger than the one in Ontario right now. Let's jump back to the Medicine Hat radar and check out these storms that are further to the north. Yeah, some big-time hail heading towards the Schuler radar station at the moment. Please don't damage the radar station. We like that station. And some big-time hail here near Blind Loss, so... All right. We'll continue to watch what's happening over here in Alberta and Saskatchewan, but right now we're going to jump back to Ontario and see if we got any new data. Okay, so this is the storm we're watching very closely, heading through Lavender, Dundon. Actually, it's heading now down towards Honeywood, so...
That's a familiar path.
Mm-hmm. That is a familiar path. Let's see here. I'm going to jump to... I think we've got a new update on that. 13% tornado risk, 80% severe. Yeah, that's the same percentages. So, okay. This storm is the one we were watching closely, and it's the one that's a bit concerning to us. Kirk posted again, so he's had some pretty strong gusts on the cell near Arthur. Okay. Excuse me. 1,604 people just on YouTube and Twitch. All right. Our little YouTube channel is starting to grow. It's nice.
I'm not sure if you mentioned it on the stream earlier when I was gone, but we hit 15,000 subs on YouTube.
I did not. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. 15,000 subscribers now on YouTube. If you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're just watching the video or you're watching the live stream on YouTube but you're not subscribed, pretty please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Trying to build up our channel. Hit the like button if you can as well too. If everybody hits the like button, the algorithm from YouTube will say, hey, people like this live stream, and they'll start promoting it to more people. And yeah, that seems to be a good thing because our goal is to raise awareness about tornadoes and severe weather. And the more eyes that we can have on our live stream, the better. Let me see here. Kate says, is that storm heading south towards South Barrie, Allendale area? Want to let my parents know if it's going to be bad. Thank you so much. It is heading east right now, and it may be heading towards Angus. It might, the strongest part of it might actually miss Barrie to the south.
Mention the severe thunderstorm warning was just extended to Innisfil, Angus, and Environment Canada updated the warning to say ping pong ball size hail up to.
Wow. Whoa. So yeah, big time hail in the storm. I'll show you which way it's heading. It might miss Barrie. It looks like it's trying to push a little bit to the southeast. So it might actually miss Barrie to the southeast, head towards Angus and Essa.
Yeah, I noticed that in the latest scan. That storm is like taking more of a southern easterly turn instead of like going due southeast like it was earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of going against the grain.
It happens a lot in this area. Once the storm develops, it starts curving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seems to be the case. This is the storm we've been expecting. This is the storm the models have been pointing at for a couple of days now. And it doesn't always happen this simply. Where it's just like, oh, okay, we have a storm heading directly towards the area that the models thought it was going to. That doesn't, it's not always the case. Not always the case. 1 second here. Okay, just gotta send something out here. Okay. All right. We will watch as this storm gets a new radar update pretty soon. 618 was the... Oh, that is the radar update. We just got it. Okay. It is still a pretty grumpy storm. It's tracking a little bit more to the east now, straight into Borden. The north side of it looks like it's going to hit Angus, but the core of the storm is probably going to head more towards somewhere between Everett and Borden and towards towards Essa. So we'll see what happens here. We will see. All right. So that's what's up. Where's that photo from here? Let me hit full screen on that.
From Fergus.
Oh, from Fergus? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Mike. He says, yes, I'm headed home from being on trails. Yeah, I would just not be out there for that storm. It's probably not a good idea. Even if it's just a lightning risk, but you never know. Never know. A good wind gust could bring down a tree while you're on the trail. That's not a good thing. I lost a friend of that one winter. It was like the first snowfall of the year, and he went out and a tree fell on the path. He went out, drove the whole path, came back and got his parents to go drive the path. And then on the way back, he was leading the way, going pretty fast around a corner, and he didn't know that a tree fell in the time that he was on the path previously to then, and unfortunately died. That was pretty rough. Adam Elliott was his name. But yeah. So, trees falling when you're on the trails is not a great thing. So, of course, you're not on a snowmobile, but still. You could be on some sort of motorized vehicle, though, whether it's a dirt bike or maybe you're just on a bike, but still. Trees falling, never a great thing. Yeah, so that storm's still cooking pretty good. Still right about the same percentages, 80% severe risk, 13% tornado risk on that one. And again, we're not seeing an imminent tornado risk right now. We only saw some minor rotation on that storm. It still seems to be the case. We're not seeing anything stronger so far signal-wise. We're not seeing anything really, really strong signal-wise. So, so far, so good. And these other storms to the south, they're kind of not really getting their act together. They're actually kind of weakening here. So the stronger storm is definitely the one that is heading east towards Borden at the moment.
If you
So that's what we continue to watch.
From K-Buff, there is a bit is very, very broad rotation, but there is some red and green there. So it's definitely something to closely watch.
Yeah, there's upper level rotation, and then the question is yeah, I can see it. So there is some upper level rotation here, but the question is will that reach the surface? We're hoping not. We're hoping it just remains a hail risk, and that's it. That would be great. But we did see some minor rotation get close to the surface. That's why we sent out the notification for minor rotation detected, and that's why we continue to watch closely.
I would keep a close eye on the storms to the south, heading across Highway 400. Near Tottenham and Beaton. I think they could bring some hail risk into Newmarket and that. They look like, especially when you look at them on Brit radar higher up in the storm, they're showing up decent sized hail.
Yeah, there's some elevated hail in those storms for sure. Yeah, definitely a hail risk driving on the 400 with these storms passing. Nothing too strong wind-wise so far, which is good. We did have a couple of increases that look decent, but we still continue to watch this particular storm near Lavender, south of Creemore, heading towards
There's quite
Randwick.
The storm going up to the northeast of Barrie right now.
Northeast of Barrie? Oh yeah,
over Lake Simcoe.
That was also expected on models. Was there's going to be this? Yeah, it's basically popped out over Lake Simcoe. It looks
like it popped out over you.
Yeah, it pretty much did here. Yeah, it's the Lake Simcoe breeze that all of a sudden just pushes that up.
Or maybe you made it.
Maybe somehow. Yeah, I don't have that technology yet, but if anybody can figure it out, let me know. Let's see here, Feversham. Looking like some decent sized hail in Feversham just before 6 p.m. from Jen Dool on Ontario Storm Reports. Thank you very much, Jen, for that. Appreciate it. And Alex Massey, who I already know has given us permission to share his his stuff. On Twitter, just posted an interesting photo from the Honeywood cell. He says Honeywood cell could bear some
Bring it
watching.
up. See if I can find it here.
Excuse me.
There we go.
Yeah. So he's saying that's the storm we're watching right now. That's the one south of Creemore, and he's on it. He says Honeywood cell could bear some watching. And yeah, it's got quite a little shelf, if not, it's not a developing wall cloud there. Yeah, could certainly bear some watching for sure. Rivian Canada, which I don't think is the actual, because it's a guy named Will Nylander. William Nylander? Says it's Singhampton, Ontario, large hail. He posted on hashtag OnStorm on Twitter. Large hail from Singhampton. Got a video there. I would, Brennan, if you want to bring it up, maybe can you send him a message and say, can we please share it?
Which one was it again?
That's if you look on hashtag OnStorm.
Got it.
It says Singhampton, Ontario, large hail. Yeah, if you can ask him if we can share it on the live stream, that'd be cool. Ethan, I don't know how to pronounce this. Bolzico? Ethan Bolzico on Twitter says rotation in Alston, Ontario, looking east. I'm going to take a peek at his video here. One sec. Okay. Let me just take a peek at that.
Wow, my feed.
Dominic says
tornado pictures from Missouri, Branson, Missouri. Amazing.
Oh.
Hit a golf course and it's like very photogenic.
That's horrible. Hopefully everybody's okay. Dominic says, I hope it doesn't hail at our cottage in Hawkstone because I have our ATV parked outside with a cover on. Hopefully no damage to our ATV. Our ATV is a 2006 Yamaha Bruin 350. You really seem very passionate about your ATV. Yeah, I hope your ATV is okay. Let's see here. What the heck was I looking for? Oh, I wanted to see Ethan's video. Where is Ethan's video? Where did it go? Oh, I see. I'm looking at top, not latest. There's your problem right there. Oh, interesting.
Cody in our chat was mentioning about a bunch of storms in Alberta that are unwarned right now, and they definitely look like they're producing decent sized hail.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's very low populated area there. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they're not warning these. Because look at that storm. Like that's definitely got some big time hail in there.
And it's so
going
close
through the
to the radar,
Schuler.
so
please don't hurt the radar.
Accurate.
Please don't hurt the radar. Yeah, line of storms there with some hail. That one looks pretty darn big. Heading.
Whoa! Have you seen the latest update for the Honeywood storm?
Nope, but I'm gonna go check it out in 1 second.
It's wild.
Oh, really?
Like it looks like there's like a wind risk. It just popped out of nowhere.
Okay, first I want to talk about Saskatchewan. Jurjovia. Is this not? Oh, this is severe thunderstorm warning now. Good. And that's looking like it's got some pretty broad rotation as well, too, in southern Saskatchewan. So severe thunderstorm warning on that storm right now. We should probably jump back to that one in just a second. I'm going to take a look at the storm that is tracking east towards... I see what you mean. Yeah, this might be noise. 68 to 147, 143, 126. Could be noise or it could be really strong inflow.
I was talking about like it looks different on the Instant Weather Pro, but I'm looking on a different app and it's more intense. And there's like a pocket of wind right there, right north of Mulmore. You can see it.
Oh, this isn't the latest update. Why isn't this the latest update? Oh, it is. Am I on the wrong tilt? No, I'm on tilt 1.
Just looks, it's a different color scale, but
that's strange.
It's like
Oh, I know. I'm on Exeter. That's why. I see. No, that's basically the exact same data.
King.
Yeah, no, it's the same data.
It is.
It's identical.
It's the same data. It's
Yeah.
just a different color scheme.
It's almost identical color scheme too. It's pretty close. I see some of the light
It's
greens
like
have gotten like a little brighter.
Brighter.
Yeah, but they're only at like
that
72 kilometer. Yeah, it's just slightly brighter. Yeah, that's basically the same thing though. Okay.
I don't think it's
but
like producing significant wind right now, but it just popped out, like it just like blew up. So
there's
something
definitely
to
upper level
watch
rotation.
on
Look
the
at
net
this
scan.
tilt 4. Yeah, look at tilt 4, tilt 3, tilt 2. There's definitely some upper level rotation happening on that storm for sure. For sure. And if you look at it from Cassett, are these two storms going to merge? It looks like they
I was
want
watching
to.
that because the ones to the south are going to the northeast, and that one is going to the southeast. So it's kind of like, and
They are going to
as
merge.
we see in America a lot, when storms merge like that, they tend to do some interesting things.
Mm-hmm. I think those will merge, especially because when you look at it, like they look like they're far away from King City, but if you look at Exeter, up high, they are merging. They're already merging up high. You can see it. Look, they actually merge right there, and look at the signature here. Some really strong winds. I think this is noise, but definitely some really strong winds as they're merging. So they're going to merge down to the surface too. So that is really really starting to look interesting. That'd be an interesting feature to look at in 3D. Oh, there is a new. We already got a new frame.
I was just
the new
saying.
scan looks weaker wind-wise, but
And that one to the
they're
south
merging.
is kind of like racing ahead of it. It's interesting to see.
Yeah.
Like if you animate it, it's like.
Yeah. They're actually kind of curling. Kind of see the whole thing starting to rotate. Yeah, that's worth watching. I want to jump back quickly to the keep an eye on that, please, Brennan. Oh, wait, there's one thing I wanted to see here. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I want to jump back to that storm in Saskatchewan because it looked pretty strong. I'm going to pull up US radar on it again because it kind of has a hook and it had some really strong looking velocities.
Whoa, I just saw a really cool picture on Ontario Storm Report, so I'm going to bring it up here if I can find it. There we are.
Cool. Whoa.
Elwood Lake.
Where's that?
Elwood Lake about an hour ago, 5:45.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm surprised only a 2% tornado risk on that storm, but in Saskatchewan. But let's go take a look at this storm because it's actually a 4% chance right down here near Etsicom. All right, I want to keep an eye on those storms as they track. The overall environment's not as strong in Alberta and Saskatchewan, but still worth watching. And there is obviously severe thunderstorm watches in place and warnings as well from Environment Canada on those storms. There's still storms heading in from Lake Huron, but they don't look as super duper strong. Tail end Charlie down here, Burgess looks interesting, but nothing too strong on velocity yet. And then we're about to have the cell merger here, which is going to happen south of Angus, near Tioga, near Everett, Tioga, Camp Borden, Baxter, this whole area. These storms are about to merge, so that could be interesting. We'll have to see what that ends up doing. Crystal says, how is Barry looking? I think Barry's okay, actually. Yeah, I think Barry's all right because we had a storm develop overhead, but it moved to the east, and this storm that was looking pretty grumpy actually ended up turning a little bit to the southeast. So it looks like it's actually going to head more towards. It's raining in Angus from that same storm, but the hail.
There is some growth on the northern end of that storm towards Stainer that could affect Barry. Kind of see. Yeah, right up there, like Edenville.
I see what you're saying.
It's
yeah,
not like
yeah, that might
strong,
develop a
but
bit.
like
No, Barry might see some rain. Some rain, maybe a little bit of lightning, but nothing too spectacular
lightning
at this point in time. Yeah, definitely lightning. But I think I already heard some, actually. Okay, let me jump back to the percentages here and take a look at what's happening. So the storm that is about to merge is at an 8% tornado risk, 71% severe risk. The storm that's east of Barrie right now, over Lake Simcoe, is a 3% tornado risk, actually. 21% severe risk on that storm. So that one's actually kind of developing as well. And it should probably get a little bit
Might be
stronger.
worth putting out a polygon for that storm over Lake Simcoe because it's not
Yeah.
in any severe
Well,
thunderstorm watches or warning areas right
no,
now.
it's not. It is in my minor rotation to set to polygon, but obviously that storm's not rotating, so that doesn't count.
Once it goes on land, like giving like Brecon, Beaverton, that area advanced notice.
Heads up. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna do a little severe thunderstorm potential on that one. That's a good idea. Yeah, let me go do that quick here. Okay. Let's see here. I'll do it basically from Lake Simcoe to the east. So it's going to go all the way to Kawartha Lakes and up towards Fenland Falls. Let's just take a look at the motion on that one.
It's kind
due
of
east towards
easterly.
Beaverton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much everything today has been going pretty much due east.
But there is like a northern component that is kind of building, so it might be wise to like go a little
Stretch it a
further
bit.
north than usual.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do that. Okay. Sounds good. Livy says, Adam, the thunder is so loud in Innisfil. Grr, turn down the volume, Mother Nature. Thank you for the report. I'm just going to do severe thunderstorm potential. We are carefully monitoring this storm that is located over Lake Simcoe. Lake Simcoe, tracking east towards Beaverton, etc. And the timing here is 6:36. All right. And I'm going to send that to 3,946 people that have our free app, Instant Weather. And it's sent. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have our app, it is free. Please go download it. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Timothy says, pending post for Ontario storm reports of the Honeywell funnel.
Let me go.
Funnel, you say? I'm looking. I've got it up on my iPad. Is it from you, Timothy? Someone scooped up a big ball of hail from Creemore.
I just saw that.
Timothy, I don't see it. Was it already approved?
It was just approved. Yeah, it was approved, but I believe it looks scuddy. I'll bring it up. Though.
Okay.
If this is the one we're talking about, I'll bring it up. Probably.
Is it Timothy who posted it?
TJ.
I see it here.
Maybe
yeah,
that's
TJ.
Timothy?
That's the one. Southeast Dundalk, Ontario. It looks like Scud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks a lot like Scud.
First thoughts.
Yeah, so Scud is basically what some people refer to as a scary cloud. So it looks like a scary cloud, but it's actually nothing too significant. Kirk says, for a second I thought I may have captured a brief weak funnel earlier near Arthur, but it looks like it was way more likely part of a gust front. Yeah. I think that's on a different storm, but yeah, that's still kind of what's happening here. So yeah, it looks like this is Scud, which is basically like fluffy clouds underneath a storm, but it looks like a funnel, but you can see how ragged it is. So yeah, I would say that's probably Scud. I think. For now. Now, in rare cases, Scud can get sucked up into the updraft and turn into something more dangerous. So, and actually turn into a funnel cloud. So there's been times in the past where it's like, oh, it's just Scud, and then it ends up eventually producing a tornado because it just gets lifted into the updraft and becomes stronger. So, let's see here. Could be some pretty strong winds on the Orangeville storm at the moment. We'll take a peek at that. And some pretty big time hail probably here as well. Let's see. Yeah, some...
Yeah, I was just going to mention that there's likely some decent sized hail just to the north of Bradford right now. Track through Colson's Hill, eventually Holland's Landing, Queensville, Mount Albert, just to the north of Newmarket. So watch out for that.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get rid of the minor rotation notification for covers Barrie, because that storm, I'm not seeing any rotation on it now. I think the merge actually might have weakened it, which is good.
Just got an interesting comment. Beth gave us a super chat. Can you shout out to the folks to avoid playing sports when thunderstorms are obviously approaching, i.e. Beaverton, in caps? So there may be people outside playing sports in Beaverton? that maybe they shouldn't be?
I mean, there's probably people outside playing sports pretty much everywhere. But thank you so much for the super chat, Beth and Kenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, we sent a notification to thousands of people in the Beaverton area. So they definitely got our notification that severe thunderstorm potential with the storm that's moving east over Lake Simcoe. So if they're out there playing sports, it might be time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up, folks. Let's see here. Thanks, TJ, for that report, though. I appreciate it. It looks like Scud, but if you don't know, definitely send it to us because that looked definitely interesting. Brennan, are you chopping sushi or something?
Oh, I thought I was muted. I was switching my AirPods.
No worries. It's all good. Let's see here. I'm just looking through the pending posts. There's quite a few of them, actually. Whoa. Oh, no. These are posted. Never mind. Where's the pending ones? I always like to have the pending ones up just in case anything in there. Have it on my iPad. Let's see here. Cheyenne says, Felix is keeping an eye on the weather from Shelburne, and she's got our live stream up on the... She's got our live stream up on the TV, and she's got Instant Weather Pro on her computer. Cool. Nice. That looks great. Definitely approving that post. And it looks like her cat is using the radar, so that's cute. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Whoa. Debbie posted an interesting shot from Angus. From photo credit to Tom Howitt. It's got an interesting curve to it. I just approved it. All right. So, what is happening? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that minor rotation for Barry. I think it has weakened. I don't think it's done, but I think it has weakened at this point in time. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the one in Brooks in Alberta. I'm going to get rid of pretty much every polygon except for the one east of Beaverton at this point in time. So Palmerston Arthur I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of the Maxwell Collingwood one that goes all the way to Barrie. And I'm going to leave
severe thunderstorm warnings now anyways.
Yeah, they're all under severe They're all under severe thunderstorm warnings, and yeah. And we're not really, those are kind of like proactive polygons that we sent out relatively early in their lifespan. Storm near Fergus is interesting. The one that's going through probably some pretty big time, like, yeah, you were right. Big time hail going through Bradford area.
We just got a picture of that storm sent to us on Twitter. I'm going to bring that up.
There, before you do that, there's that weird little hook. See that weird little tail from Arthur?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, is that Angus or Arthur? I forget. I think it was Angus.
It's Angus, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting little dynamic in the atmosphere. But yeah, it looks like big time hail.
Patty Patricia on...
Whoa, 400 Highway 488 Bradford. Whoa, that's quite the hail core inside of that. It looks like a hail core for sure. Yeah, that's got some beastly hail. South of Keswick, looks like some big time hail. This looks like noise, just for those who are wondering. It's right where the hail core is. We go from 54 kilometer gusts all of a sudden to 130 and 145. It's probably noise, potentially due to the hail core, as it's perfectly co-located with it. This is tracking to the northeast.
Thunderstorm warning for Newmarket just issued. Which
yeah, it's the storm we're on
because of that storm.
Yeah. It's the storm for sure. Yeah, Beverly Hills. I don't think it's 90210, but Miami Beach and Beverly Hills, Ontario. Interesting. You're about to get hammered by hail right now. So, yeah. Just to give you a heads up, Keswick may see it too. Up towards Georgina, it looks like this particular cell is tracking to the northeast. Looks like big time hail is going to be going through Thornton and Ivy right now, also through towards Vine and Stroud and Ennisville areas. This is another hail core that's heading right up to, actually, this hail is actually going to, that's actually going to go right into South Barrie. So hail core moving right into South Barrie right now from the storm. All of a sudden the storm started to shift to the northeast. It's also bringing with it some pretty strong winds as well too. So wind-driven large hail is about to head into deep southern Barrie, which is, yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Severe thunderstorm warning in place. Yeah, I'm just going to send a hail notification to these two areas because they're about to get hammered by hail. Even though they're under severe thunderstorm warning, I still want to give them a heads up here. Let's see.
Just saw that Timothy tweeted that video of
Oh,
Arthur
video
2
of
minutes
the
ago, actually.
what we thought was Scud.
Yeah, but this is different. I don't think that was the other one.
Oh,
This
I
is
see.
different.
Oh, it's TJ Supercell. Oh, okay. I know Timothy. Yeah, I've seen that name a million times on Twitter. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it, Timothy. Okay, so Essa, basically Essa, Holly, Barry, uh, Essa, and Ivy. Where's Ivy? There we go. Okay, I see that Essa and Ivy. Okay, here we go. So from here to where? Fennels Corners. One second here. What is this? Bradford. Sorry, folks. Just trying to. Okay, Bradford and to Keswick. So basically, right there. And Queensville is just on the edge of it. Okay, I think I've got it. So right about here and right about. Is that going to come right into Barry proper? It sure wants to. Heading right up Holly. Okay, and oh boy.
I wonder if that merged cell kind of gave it more of a northern track to it.
Golf ball size hail. Lindsay's saying golf ball size hail out of Keswick. Oh boy. Let's see. Is this storm going to continue going perfectly to the northeast? Boom, boom. It
Yeah,
might.
we just got a comment. Christine says golf ball size hail in Keswick right now. And that's what it was. She was the same person that posted on Ontario Storm Reports. But
oh boy.
There wasn't a picture attached to your report. If you can safely get one, that would be appreciated. But
what's golf ball?
don't go outside.
How many centimeters? 3?
I want to say 3 to 4. I think ping pong, it's like 3.5, I believe. I want to say.
Okay. Severe hail has been reported in Keswick. And severe
that was
hail.
way off. Cole says 4.4 centimeters.
Wow. Into southern and eastern Barrie. Into southwestern Barrie through to eastern Barrie. What did you say? Golf ball or ping pong? It was golf ball, right?
Golf ball.
Golf ball size hail has been reported in Keswick, and severe hail, possibly ping pong ball size, looks possible moving into southwestern Barrie through to eastern Barrie, central and eastern Barrie. Central and eastern Barrie. All right, and the time here is, what is the time? 6:48.
6:48.
Okay. 6:48. Date ON. Okay. Sent to 16,000 people. Hopefully gives them a heads up that there is pretty nasty hailstorm moving in right now. So I'm not seeing any strong rotations. Looks more mainly like a hail risk from what we can tell. But coming into South Barrie through Thornton, big time. Should see our little orange polygon pretty soon. Highlighted basically this storm and went kind of to the northeast. So that should be popping up pretty soon here. Oh boy.
The
severe thunderstorm watch.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Go ahead.
Extended. It was just
extended. Mm-hmm.
Aurelia, Corfu Lakes, Outsbridge, Port Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Already on the map.
Where's my polygon? It's taking too long. Come on, polygon. I could just hit refresh. All right, that's it. I'm hitting F5. That's it. Hitting F5. Oh, I gotta put in my password? Fine. Be that way. Okay. And give it a sec and pick it up, bam. There it is. There's my polygon. Ah, there you are. Fancy.
The first orange polygon of the day.
That is for severe hail, heading right into a pretty populated area. Oh boy, that might be coming up towards my place.
Chat. Was that? Oh, it was a comment on here. I'll bring it up. Barry Essa, Mapleview, hail, marble size, severe wind, and power flashes.
Power flashes. Uh-oh. Squall warning issued for Lake Simcoe.
I assume not tornadic related, or we would have gotten notified of that.
No, not tornado related, but it's definitely
winds, 85 plus kilometers an hour, 1 to 2 centimeters, hail.
Yeah. Brennan, give me just 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Just gonna bring up radar here. Give me 1 moment. Okay, do I have it on the side? We're gonna see if this works. No, I don't have it set up. So we're just gonna have to look at it on the side here. So I will bring it up. So this is the storm that we're watching going into Barrie. I'm gonna zoom in here. Apologies that it's on the far left side of the screen. Actually, can I? No. But we're gonna zoom in here to see where the large hail is happening right now. So Innisfil's likely getting the large hail, the bulk of it, and then that's tracking to the northeast towards Vine, Stroud, eventually to the south end of Barrie, so Mapleview area. They're about to get a fair amount of hail, and Keswick too. We've gotten reports of golf ball size hail in the Keswick area, and that hail core is just tracking right straight through Keswick. So Glenwood Beach, Elmhurst, Jersey, Winehurst Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And you're back. Yeah,
and we're back.
The two cells. So Keswick is probably going to be getting quite the hail storm right now. I believe that report from earlier must have been on the outskirts of Keswick, because Keswick proper isn't getting the storm until it's still on the outskirts as of 6:48. So
South Barrie, there's already a report. Now. There's a pending report on OSR of hail in South Barrie. It looks like it's nickel, if not quarter size, moving into South Barrie right now. Oh boy. Oh boy.
There it is.
That's the one. No, not that. There's more. Look at the Amanda Ost Kennedy.
Oh,
and
it probably hasn't refreshed yet. Let's see if it refreshes.
Yeah, she's got a handful of what looks like nickel.
There's Keswick.
Dime or nickel.
Uxbridge. Ah, there you are.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, South Barrie. Oh boy. Yeah, it's coming down. It is coming down. Let's see here. All right. So there's that. Oh, my dinner's here, by the way. I'll have to go and eat at some point in time. Well, there's a 7% tornado risk on the Keswick cell. I'm surprised to see that. Probably because of the upper level rotation, but big time hail likely heading into Keswick proper. Big time hail. We've got a polygon out for that hail because it's looking pretty nasty. We expected today to be mainly a hail risk, and looks like it's coming to fruition because it is definitely producing some big time hail right now. That's the main risks at this point in time. I'm surprised the 7% tornado on that one though. But machine learning is picking up on something. Strong winds as well too. So wind-driven strong hail. Probably going to see some damage in the Keswick area from the hail, I would think, because not only is it big, but the winds are strong. So you mix those two together, wind-driven hail does a lot more damage than just hail falling. Yeah, so there's that. Just taking a look over in Saskatchewan. Tornado risk is low, but hail is strong on that storm in the southwest. And in the southeast, we've got some strong storms as well, too. I'm going to take a peek at those, but wow. Keswick, I hope you're inside. South Barrie, I hope you're inside. Innisfil, hope you're inside. Because big-time hail is coming through right now, and it's looking pretty grumpy. I'm just going to fly over real quick to see southern Saskatchewan at the moment. I just want to take a look at these storms really fast. Just to see what's going on. Looks like that one's mainly hail. Yeah, that one's basically a hail risk. And then there's this storm south of Medicine Hat that looks interesting. This one down here, which was the one I was watching. It's 3. Yeah, this one has actually a little bit of rotation on it down here near Milk River. And this is in Alberta. We're tracking storms in Alberta and Saskatchewan and Ontario. And yeah, that's pretty much the storm that's looking grumpy at the moment is that one down here near Milk River. A little bit of rotation there. Nothing too strong at the moment. Continue to watch it. All right, we're flying back out to Ontario to track this big-time hail. You can see our little polygons here in orange and blue, and Environment Canada polygons in yellow. And yeah, so Keswick is in for it. Keswick's getting some big-time hail. Southern Barrie as well. Holly area, Innisfil. And yeah, it looks like we're dealing with some hail heading through parts of Barrie. Trying to head to the northeast, but it might be tracking a bit more to the east. So parts of Barrie that we highlighted in that polygon might actually get missed, which would be good. A lot of population there in Barrie, so what are we at, 150K now? Maybe more? Maybe more. All right. Okay, so that cell has definitely merged, and what are the percentages on it now? See here. There's an update on that. One sec. Excuse me. Yeah, Ron on Twitter is talking about 1-inch hail core on the cell southeast of Keswick, he says. But I think we may have had reports of hail even larger than that, possibly. 8% tornado risk on that cell, but again, I'm not seeing any strong rotation, so it's more of what it could do upstream, and probably based on the environment right there. But yeah, 57% hail risk on that storm, 24% wind, and 8% tornado on this particular storm right here. Okay, more hail reports, which is cool. Bren, do you mind if I run and stuff some food in my face for a little bit and then come back?
Yeah,
is that
that's
okay?
fine. How's my
You
mic
gonna
now?
be around?
I switched over.
It's quieter. That's certain. It's definitely quieter. Are you at 200%
Well, that
on
didn't
your
help.
slider?
Well, I switched to a different mic, and I did the automatically adjust because I wasn't sure if it would be quiet still. I didn't want to block people's ears out.
I'd crank it up,
How
and
does
I'll
that
let you
sound?
know. It's better. What's your percentage at?
200.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Okay.
Maybe try to talk louder. Hi, everyone. Yeah, your version of talk louder is woo.
I was just testing
funny.
it.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Okay, all right, yeah, just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna run, and we got Freshie, by the way. I don't know if you tried Freshie wraps before, but they are amazing. They're not a sponsor of the page, but they are a sponsor of my stomach.
What to order there.
I ordered like, oh, you know what you have to get? You get like I got like a chicken wrap, but then it's a, what kind of protein do you want? So I put in the thing that makes it, and I'm telling you, it makes it. Hard-boiled eggs in there. It is unbelievably good. It is like the thing that pulls the whole thing together. Anyways, cool. All right, I'm going to go eat real quick. I will be right back. I'll be watching radar. Brennan will guide you, and I think Liam's around here somewhere, but he's probably making dinner. But yeah, maybe Liam can jump on as well, too. But I will be back. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate it.
Yep. Give me one moment. I'm just bringing up the radar so we can have the full screen here. Let me see if this will work. I haven't tested it yet. So we'll see. Give me one moment here. That's the right one. No, wrong one. Oh, that's too big. Minute. Put down here. Okay, I think we got it. Let me see if this will work. Ooh. Okay, and we got radar down, so we can scroll around and see what's happening. So yeah, Adam will be back in a minute. I'm just gonna put up the... I think I have a name tag saying that says he will be back soon. I do. So we'll do that. Adam is back soon. But you're stuck with me for now. You can't hear me? Thing's annoying. You hear me now? Testing? Okay. Okay, we're better. So we're looking at some hail going into Sudden right now. Baldwin, Pefferlaw. And then we're continuing to watch these storms heading towards Innisfil. Innisfil's getting quite the storm right now. And Stroud. Let's keep an eye on that. Those are the two storms that we're watching. We're continuing to watch these ones further to the north too. Aurelia's getting stormed too right now. It doesn't look severe, but maybe a bit of small size hail. Yeah, it sounds... We got a report of hail in Innisfil right now. So yeah, that's what radar is showing. So we're definitely getting some hail heading right through Innisfil right now. It's about to go over Lake Simcoe. And then there's more storms further to the north going through Holly. So we'll continue to watch that. I'm just gonna animate it here so you can see. You can see these storms. It kind of merged into one cell. We kind of had two different pockets. One south of Keswick and then one heading north of Barrie, but that one to the north of Barrie kind of fizzled out and it's kind of being sucked into that Keswick storm. So Sutton's definitely getting some decent sized hail. Beaverton as well soon. We keep watching that. I'm just gonna check to see if there's anything else we've missed. Yeah, this one going through Fergus, North Fergus, going towards Erin, Orangeville, looking pretty weak right now. We got a report from Ontario Storm Reports from Linda. Looking to the south of Barrie across Kennebec Bay, so you can see all the rain in there, and likely some hail moving across Keswick. We have some comments asking about Barrie. Barrie's looking fine right now. We were concerned about some of the cells to the south moving through Barrie, but that cell kind of stopped moving to the north. Yeah, so like if we're getting some severe weather, it would be likely the south end of Barrie, so like towards like Mapleview, Tondale. So this area, we can even zoom in on the street names so you can see here. I'm just gonna stop the animation so you can see Stroud at like the 10th line along Young Street. That's tracking towards eventually Glenwood Beach, Sandy Cove, just to the north of Innisfil, and of course Innisfil's getting some hail as well. It does seem like the storms are kind of getting a little weaker than they were before, like less of strong hail cores. But definitely could still produce some strong. Let me just check out the velocity here. I haven't looked at it yet. Just gonna. Don't want that. There we go. So you can see right here, there is some strongest winds going through Sutton right now. See, about 80-kilometer-an-hour winds being picked up on radar just to the north of Georgina. And then, of course, the hail. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm just continuing to watch radar here. It sounds like there's a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for Uxbridge and Aurelia, but it was just ended for Barrie, which is what we've been talking about. That storm looks like it's kind of went to the south, so you can see right here in the outline, there's severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Innisfil, but the storm has kind of passed Innisfil. Have to keep an eye on this area here, getting some strong, kind of getting up there. There's a pocket of like 86-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts here, heading towards Pefferlaw, Duclos Point, eventually Beaverton. So if you're in Beaverton, get ready for a strong storm. So keep an eye on that. Let's see if I can figure this one out. Yeah, there's some reports of hail in Innisfil. So yeah, that's suspected. And then that's basically the main storm that we're concerned about right now through Sutton, Brock. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the other storms we're looking at over Lake Huron. I don't think there's much over here. No. The storm just north of Fergus, that's probably the most strongest storm over here, and it doesn't look too severe right now. Yeah, it looks like mostly just rain outside of this main one that we're watching over Lake Simcoe as it tracks towards. Just gonna change it. Yeah, we have a comment from Beth. I think Beaverton just got through it unless there's more to follow. I think you're talking about the storm to your north. There's this storm, you can see it here, it kind of went through Beaverton. Still there, but we're talking about this one to the south that is tracking to the northeast. And I think that one will affect Beaverton unless it shifts. I believe. Let me just double check the comments. I'm still here. I'm just in the background watching radar. There's not much to talk about at the moment. But you can see on Ontario Storm Reports, we just got a report from... I have to squint at this graph on Ontario Storm Reports. I believe that is Everett, Ontario. We have decent sized hail there. I would estimate that to be about... Yeah, that looks about quarter size maybe, a bit bigger. It's hard to tell from the angle it's being taken. It's definitely decent sized hail. Yeah, so outside of the storm that's overlaid Simcoe right now, everything else is looking fairly non-severe. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Aurelia, as I mentioned, although the storm that's tracking through there is a bit of hail right here, heading towards Udney, eventually Vrumera. And then this one just popped out. Is this new? Yeah, kind of new. Just the south of Aurelia. So if you're the south end of Aurelia, you may be getting some small hail as it tracks through across Highway 11 towards Victoria Point, Afferley. So the south end of Aurelia might be getting some smallish size hail soon. And I'm just keep going down. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about in Barrie at the moment. We were concerned about that storm, but it's kind of... the northern end fizzled out, so it didn't really affect Barrie as much, except the south end towards Innisfil likely got some hail. And then there's a storm over Collingwood. Not really a storm, not even producing lightning from what I can tell. Was heading over Wasaga Beach. Again, maybe some smaller size hail, nothing to be concerned about yet. Interesting lightning strikes over Owen Sound, north of Chatsworth, this storm. Still nothing. So we'll keep watching that. I know what this one's doing. Is this new? Oh, I think we just got a new scan. Yes, we did. So I'm just gonna flip over to velocity here. Ooh. This is something. Just gonna check to see what this is like. Definitely some strong winds. We're getting close to the 90-kilometer mark on radar here, radar detected winds. Doesn't mean that they're reaching that level at the ground, but definitely you're gonna get a strong storm. Another one as heading into Beaverton. I know you just got one a few minutes ago, but that was a different cell. We're getting a second one. Right now, fairly strong heavy hail going through Brock. You can see the little core here. New report on Ontario storm reports from Randy. Everett, Ontario again. More hail. Lots to be expected. Found a lot of hail reports from Everett. We continue to watch that storm. We'll keep watching that one. Yeah, so the strongest part of this storm is definitely near Brock right now. Definitely some strong winds, maybe obviously some hail. And then heading into Beaverton. And the back. Just continue to watch radar. So if you hear me go quiet there, I'm still here. And there's just not a lot to talk about. Other than, as we've been mentioning, heading through Brock right now. Through Beaverton. And keep watching. Just gonna animate
There's always
you.
something to talk about.
You're here.
I'm here-ish. Give me one sec. Always something to talk about. I still want to take a look at what's going on in Alberta and Saskatchewan as well.
I keep having to mute myself because the sirens are crazy right now in Toronto.
I heard that. What's going on there?
I don't know. Just decided they were like Adams
classic
on
downtown
break.
Toronto.
We got
so
throw all the sirens down my
wee
street.
wee. Yeah, I see. Yeah, makes sense.
Did you have a good dinner?
Oh, it was so good. I'm telling you, you put the hard-boiled eggs on that thing, and it's just like so good.
I have to behave myself and not order food, so you're bad influence.
Well, Freshie's fresh and good.
Yeah, but I have food in the refrigerator that I need to
yeah.
eat.
Oh, you're saying if you have food, yeah, well then of course you make the food. If you have no food, then you order the food. Sometimes you order the food when you still have the food, but these things happen. Okay, let's see here.
This one north of Brock is really interesting. It's definitely some strong winds. Bit of an interesting signature there. I don't think it's doing anything.
A little bit of inflow or something, yeah. All right, I guess I'll stick my head back into the ring here. Hey,
I guess I have to bring you back up. There we go.
I guess you do. Hi. All right. Everything fell apart while I was gone, I assume? That's everything? No. Oh, yeah, these are strong winds. Yeah, there are some pretty strong winds near 82, 88. There could be some severe winds there in the Cannington area. Yeah, Brock, Cannington, Woodville. Yeah, looks like got ourselves some strong wind signature here. Moving further away from radar, which could be helping it have that look, but yeah, 90 kilometer an hour is possible. A little bit off the surface, of course, but still. What do you think, Brennan? You think this is winding down? That might have been the show? Because, I mean, that's pretty much what the model said.
I think it is because, like, we're getting less daylight. Like, sunset is a little earlier now. So it's just May. It's not June or August. So the severe risk probably will diminish as we go on.
Probably. I think it pretty much said, like, they're going to get to, like, Lake Simcoe. They're going to move a bit east, and that was pretty much the corridor where they could be severe. And, you know, again, we thought it was going to be severe hail, and that's pretty much what it was. So it pretty much nailed it as far as expectations to what ended up happening. We thought maybe a little bit, you know, like we said, maybe a little bit of rotation. There was a little bit of minor rotation there at one point. Nothing too super duper strong. But I think, yeah, pretty much summed it up as far as, again, what we thought was going to happen and what actually had occurred. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we'll keep the watch that. It might have weakened on the latest update there. Just got a new update. It kind of weakened. I don't see any values even as high as that anymore. I still have that polygon over to the Beaverton area, which conveniently is the good for there. I think I'm going to kill the polygon that's over parts of Barrie that talked about the hail. I'm going to get rid of that one right now.
Yeah, that makes sense, because that hail core kind of died off.
It died off. It didn't. I don't even think we got hail where we were. I thought it was actually going to reach up to us, but it weakened. So these they're severe for a bit, but it seems like they're very briefly
like
severe.
Pulse storms. They just like go up and then they're like
it's a little stronger than a pulse storm. So,
yeah.
Thank you very much, Liam. How you doing, by the way? Good. That's all good, man. No worries, no worries. It's all good, man. Yeah, so they've extended the severe thunderstorm warning over that area, which makes sense. I think I'm going to get rid of my little polygon. There's an interesting hail up here near Baddow. That's probably Is that in the severe thunderstorm warning? Okay, it is good. Yeah, it looks like that could be producing some severe hail north of Fenland Falls, tracking to the northeast, I believe. Let's see. Just based on the angle of the storm, I can tell which way it's going. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's heading to the northeast towards Burnt River and Silver Lake. And this is all turning into one big cluster. As you can see, it's getting pretty messy out here. I think these storms to the south seem to be getting weaker and weaker as time goes on. The stuff coming in from the west seems to be getting a lot weaker. You can see how soft it is here. It doesn't have those sharp reds. It's just basically the softish orange. Yeah, I think we're pretty much at the end of the. I think I
Yeah, I think Adam froze. I thought that was my internet, but that was definitely Adam's. It's everyone else mentioning it. So we'll see if Adam comes back. Wonder if his computer died on him. Oh, yeah, he's out. So I'm back for now. Flip back to radar here. Yeah, like when Adam was mentioning, not a strong signature with the wind heading towards Corfa Lake, so if Atlanta's watching, you're about to get a storm soon. Double checking here. Don't see anything. Oh, I think Adam's back. Let me see. Let me see if he's back. He's back.
hey. This is why I have two different internet services. Because Bell just went down and I switched to Rogers.
Bell went down. I wonder what happened.
I don't know. It might have just been my connection. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But yeah, no, for a second I'm like, oh no, did our entire radar system... I'm sitting here talking to myself going, did I...
That was
Sorry, go ahead.
my internet. Because mine's sometimes flaky, and then Liam's in the chat like, did Adam just freeze for anyone else? I'm like, yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here talking to myself going, oh no, is Franktown down? Oh no. And I'm like, is Brit down? Oh no. Is our whole radar system down? And then I turn and I just see like spinning wheels everywhere. I'm like, oh no.
Down.
Adam's down. Just me. Just me. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is all turning into a big cluster for sure. Let me just get rid of that. Oh, I have to refresh this now. Let's see if it'll work. There we go. If I get rid of that. Okay, so that severe thunderstorm potential is gone. I did want to take a flight over here to check out one last time southern Saskatchewan. Looks like those storms have pretty much moved into the U.S. There is some interesting storms here south of Medicine Hat and kind of in the Medicine Hat area, but not looking too severe, just maybe a little bit of hail. There's quite a bit of hail up here, actually, just about to cross into Saskatchewan from Alberta. Probably some big-time hail, but this is a very rural area. I don't think there's much population. Excuse me, up there. Let's just take a look here. There's a storm southwest of Lethbridge we were watching before, but it's pretty weak. Yeah, it looks like the show's pretty much over for Alberta and Saskatchewan. There's no severe thunderstorm warnings there. It only looks like severe thunderstorm watches at the moment.
Did they ever get any warnings? I don't think they did.
I think they did warn some stuff, but it was very brief. The stuff in deep southern Saskatchewan was definitely warned.
Okay.
But in southern Alberta, they didn't, I don't think. But yeah, so this seems to be like the last of the stronger storms.
Was just issued for the Corva Lakes region, I believe.
Yeah, which is right here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so these two storms are going to continue to move kind of to the northeast, maybe up towards Bancroft, but it looks like they should continue weakening, especially the fact that we're getting to the nighttime hours now. We're losing daytime heating. Overall, the storms should be weakening as time goes on. Let me just scroll in and just see. Just taking a look at some of the stuff for these storms. Yeah, the machine learning is not always perfect with these storms. It says 15% tornado risk on this right now, but I'm not seeing it at all. It could be because of the noise. Like, it's only, the data is only as good as you give it data, and it could be seeing this here and thinking that it maybe is a mesocyclone, but it's not. This is just noise. We got to work on some noise filters to try to improve that. It would be nice if we could like do our own custom machine learning algorithm based on Canadian noise filtering, so it gets rid of some of that stuff. But that's tricky to test. You got to use a lot of examples and stuff. It's tricky. So it's too bad it's still pretty noisy with these maybe second trip echoes or side lobe stuff. It's hard to say for sure, but anywho, yeah. So I think pretty much this storm that we are watching here is kind of the last of the moderately severe storms, or marginally severe storms. The little storm down here by Orangeville doesn't look that impressive, and there's another storm that's moving through kind of Phelpston, Midhurst area, but also not that impressive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's pretty much one of the only storms left with lightning, actually, is this one right here. So it's probably going to continue to weaken. So I think we're probably gonna cut down on the or chop down the live stream here. But someone was asking about the let's see here. Also the noise updates for CSKR. Yeah, so that's just for radio frequency interference. That doesn't solve the issue of velocity noise, like this kind of stuff. It doesn't solve this. It's just for radio frequency interference. So you can see you don't have the big laser beams here. If I go over to Franktown, you can see laser beam city. They're not actually laser beams. They are. It's just interference from radio frequency. We just call it the laser show because why not? It looks like it. Yeah. So it's basically just radio frequency interference that is causing these beams coming out from the center of the radar. But as soon as they installed the new hardware on King City, look at this. It's all gone, and they're going to install that same hardware on every single station. So thank goodness we get rid of the radio frequency interference. That is going to be huge. It doesn't solve all the noise issues with velocity, but it is a massive improvement. So we are so grateful that Environment Canada has ponied up and has put in some new hardware. As you can see right here, it is just glorious. And actually, we have noise filtering already as part of Instant Weather Pro, but it actually does a good job still. So even though this has the noise filtering hardware, if we turn it on, you'll notice all this pink stuff really trickle down. So you can actually see a big drop in all of that noise. So our noise filtering combined with the hardware noise filtering is actually making it even superior. And we can probably actually get rid of all this stuff with a better speckle filter. So we can make it even better now. So it's exciting. So we've got our software noise canceling. Environment Canada now is installing hardware noise canceling. If we get rid of as much noise as possible, we have a much better chance of having accurate data, which is important, not just for models, not just for machine learning stuff, but also just for tracking the storms and trying to see if we're dealing with rotation or if we're dealing with noise or whatever. So it's a big, important thing. So it's great. So kudos to Environment Canada on that. They've only installed it on, Olivia says no power in Innisfil. Power down. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, and so they only, but there's no big storms right now in Innisfil, so there's probably like a lightning strike that hit a tree branch that came down on a power line. It happens quite often, as I'm sure you know. Good to have when you're in rural areas. It's really good to have like a generator or a battery backup or something to that extent. If you do a generator, make sure you get it away from the house. Don't put it in the garage. The toxic fumes coming off it are not great, so you definitely want to have it away from the house if possible. If you do end up having a Jenny. Yeah. But it looks like, yeah, we took off our polygon. There's just some hail left. There's just maybe some strong gusty winds in there. Nothing too substantial. The storm really died down as it came into Barrie. It was strong in southwestern Barrie, but then as it came into my part of Barrie, which is over by the hospital, it just ended up being heavy rain. That was basically it. Heavy rain and some thunder. So, yeah, nothing too substantial, which is good. All right. But yeah, Livy, don't stress out. It's all good. And she said her power's back. She said, and it's back. Yeah, it's all good. No stressing out. Yeah, everything's fine. So, cool. All right, we're going to continue. Thank you, Lana. Appreciate it. We're going to continue to watch on radar. We're going to track these storms the best we possibly can. But I think we're going to shut down the stream for now. So thank you so much for joining us over here on the YouTube and the Twitch community. We didn't go live on Facebook today, but we never had anything too significant. Maybe a little bit of a text report of golf ball size hail. I don't think we've seen pictures of golf ball, but it's very possible that we had at least ping pong size. And if someone saw a ping pong size hail falling, it's very easy for them to say that is golf ball size hail. I mean, it looks huge, right? So that's very easy to get the difference between those two. So Jess says, thanks again, IW team. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Let's see here. Deborah says, Adam, Kawarthas. I'm watching the Kawarthas. I can see it right now. I see the Kawarthas Lake. Kawartha Lakes. You got some strong winds. You've got some hail going through Cameron. There's a little bit of hail up here heading up towards Silver Lake. And there's some lightning. And there's some heavy rain. That's it. It's not too bad. Liv says YouTube Live on iPad is 12 minutes behind YouTube on TV. What you can do is refresh it. So if you ever notice like your iPad is a little bit behind, Brennan pointed this out before too. If you see the look at the time at the very, very bottom left. If you look at the very, very here, where's my hand? The very, very bottom left of our live stream, it says the time. So compare that to the actual time, and if it gets anywhere above like a minute or two, then refresh, and it'll be more real time. So IA says, is the hail threat declining? I think so. Yeah, I think the hail threat is declining. Shelby says, we'll get a song tonight. I think I'm probably gonna go put my little guy to bed. Yeah, I think I gotta go do that now. So, yeah, Mom's had a pretty busy day, so I think I'm gonna go put the little guy to bed. So, yeah, it's all good. Pugsy the Pug says Barry overnight. Weather Network is scaring me. Oh, I don't think there's anything severe for Barry overnight.
Storms
Again, there
will
might be
just continue overnight, but not
Yeah.
severe.
No, there'll be some thunderstorms. We might get some more thunderstorms in Barry, but I'm not concerned about it in the least. But nonetheless, I will definitely be watching on. I always have my iPad with me. I'll be watching radar. If anything gets hairy, I'll definitely send out a notification. If you don't have our free app, download it. It is free. You can go to instantweatherapp.com, download it for free, and then when if we see anything that's worth mentioning, we'll send out a notification, and you'll be able to get that through the app as well. And if you want to track radar like this, Instant Weather Pro is available as well. We have the beta test that is shifting from beta to production over the next month here, and instantweatherpro.com. You can subscribe to it. It's like $99 a year, so it's like $830 a month or so. Yeah, and it's the same Pro Radar that we use to track storms all the time. Every day we're improving it. It's getting better and better. It's coming to the mobile app as well too. So if you subscribe to it through our website at instantweatherpro.com, you'll be able to access it through the app within the next few weeks. It was exciting. Exciting stuff. Thank you so much, Brennan, for your help. I appreciate it.
Welcome. Night, everyone. And the sirens
Night,
say
everybody.
night too.
And all the sirens near Brennan's house say goodnight. And thanks to Liam as well, too. Thank you kindly. Yeah, good night, sirens. Thanks, Liam. If you're there, Liam might be. He's probably eating dinner or something. Oh, he's there. Okay, cool.